Oh yeah, and here we are. Hello, everybody.
That worked perfectly.
How y'all doing?
We didn't even test that. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yay.
So hopefully people can hear that we are people talking. Yeah. Oh yes, we are doing some lines of blow. So, hello everyone and welcome. Today we are going to be running our first session of this game. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Oh, you know it. Yep. Should we briefly go over our characters again?
Yeah, let's do some quick introductions.
Okay. So, I am Salis. Just making sure. Yep. Okay, that's working. It's scary shit when stuff doesn't work. So yeah, I am Salis. The one thing I changed from our character creation, the equipment came out, and so I was able to go through the weapons options and select what weapon I thought was edgiest. I chose a chain.
Because let's be real.
That's pretty edgy. Because let's be real, there's a lot of concentric edges all connecting the chain throughout. So yeah, I am a magic person. I have, what do I actually have? I have 4 physical, 3 magical, 2 mental, and 1 social. So I am not going to be a social person at all. I am going to be so socially awkward, and it's so true to form. But yeah, I have a very interesting idea of how we're going to play this, of how this character is going to play. So yeah, that's me.
So my character is Leland Cornelius. He's a hard-working magical bladesmith. He's also a goat man, so he carries all his stuff on his back, and he's just here to, make some good knives and impress people, honestly.
Just good old-fashioned goatman.
Yeah, good old-fashioned goatman.
I'm Vesta. I'm a bunny. And I bake brownies all the time. And I just want to be friends with everybody. And things are great.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This is not going to go well.
Yep. And the thing to remember is that Salis and Vesta are siblings.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are not blood related, but both adopted by a family of wolf people.
Yes.
So that's going to be interesting. And you chose the family profession. You became the family baker, just like mom and dad. And then there's me, old disappointment, moving on to live my life.
And I am Will, here to narrate this fine adventure with my friends here. And also notice things, like how we probably need to fix the little splash thing. I think it reset to 100, maybe?
Oh, it probably did. Alright, you can continue on, I will fix it.
Womp womp.
Womp
Their
womp.
parents are just like, why can't you be more like Vesta?
Yeah, pretty much. They're constantly just like, why can't you make nice cakes like Vesta does?
So where we're going to be starting is in your home hamlet, your own special ham. It doesn't have a name because hamlets don't really have them. It's like a little ways outside of the town. You guys are actually part of the last northward stretches of road before you head northward into the northern shores. That's a sentence with a lot of the word north in it, but I hope you guys can...
This is very much a lot of sentences with north in it. And one thing we can do is show where that is on our handy-dandy map.
Whoa!
Oh, shit! So,
First time I've seen that.
yeah.
Hey.
This is something Will and I worked on today. So, we
While you were working.
So we are up in this area here. Yeah.
Wow, that's really north.
Yeah. Yeah, we were very far north, which is why everything is called north.
You guys are in the northern part of the Northron lands, underneath the northern shores, generally in the northern part of the map. We're very north today.
Very, very north.
Yeah.
As such, it's fucking cold. And something that is unusual about your hamlet as compared to a lot of other ones is that straight up you guys are not accessible most of the year. Now that it's May, it is finally time for the melting to kick in. Spring has come, and the road is going to be accessible in a few weeks. That's where we're going to be starting off. Other than that, do we have any questions, comments, concerns before we begin?
Nope. I think we're good.
Thoughts, feelings?
Would it be cheating to swap out one skill dot, or are you gonna wait to level up?
Is it something that makes sense? What is it?
What is it? I realized putting a lot of dots in specialist metallurgy is going to be useless, and I want to put one in politics.
I'm gonna say that's a level up one.
Damn it.
Man.
All right, well, to kick things off, what defines an adventurer? Doctors help people but aren't adventurers. Soldiers fight monsters but aren't adventurers. And local officials solve odd problems but aren't adventurers. So, what is an adventurer? Some might say it's the alienation. Doctors are pillars of the community. Soldiers, defenders. And officials are sources of local power. Adventurers are people with swords on the road and little else. Others might say experiences. Adventurers travel far, gain vast and sundry knowledge of worldly things and arcane truths. At the end of their careers, they've often seen more than any doctor, soldier, or official might see in their lines of work combined. There is, of course, a simple axiom to determine whether or not you're an adventurer, which is as follows. When nobody knows what to do, is it your problem? Well, that's the question we're going to be answering today. Is it your problem when something goes wrong?
No.
Not unless I'm getting paid.
I mean, it depends what... There's a lot of circumstances and context there, you know.
Well, speaking of circumstances and context, let's talk about...
Circumstances and context.
Yeah, circumstances and context. How topical.
Holy shit.
So, you guys are living in this village, but you aren't quite adventurers, are you?
No. I'm a
No,
baker.
probably not, no.
So, what do you guys do for a living, waiting until the thaw to hit the road and get on with your lives?
Bake cakes for people's birthdays. Bread, mostly, because, that's how it is.
Do you have a favorite thing to bake?
Brownies.
Right.
Yes.
Would there be brownie ingredients readily available, or are we running low on brownie stuff?
You probably haven't made a brownie in, 4 years.
Yeah.
Oof.
But man, what she does.
When I
They're
do
very
it.
good.
Quality stuff.
Unfortunately, you gotta go south for those. Far
Yeah.
south.
Well, my backstory is that I used to be a tax collector, and then nepotism caused my employer to hire their daughter, who just became of age, instead of me, and I got canned. So I probably had to move back in with mom and dad.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward.
It's a little bit awkward.
They still had the old rat catching job ready for you, though.
Fucking hate catching rats.
Yeah, I've been. I mean, working in the workshop. Fixing tools and stuff. If anyone wants to forge a knife, man, I'm on it. But it's a small town. Not everybody needs knives all the time. So, probably been hauling things to make ends meet in the meantime.
Well, as it happens, it's the crack of dawn when you guys awaken for another day. You guys aren't sure when things are going to start melting, but you're anxiously awaiting it, because honestly, this town can get real claustrophobic when you don't want to be here.
Give me a sec, guys. I'm very slow. It's cold. It's not good for me.
Oh yeah, you're like this is not
Yeah,
your
no,
environment.
No, this is not my environment at all.
Wearing 10 jackets.
Yeah.
Or
Layered up.
you're all wearing shorts, cool clothes.
Yeah.
You're in your winter fucking jacket.
Yeah, I have a cloak on and everything. I'm just like, this is just not my fucking year.
Man, well,
Neither's any here.
Neither is any year.
waiting around's not gonna make nothing melt faster.
Gotta go out there and melt it yourself.
That's not
Throw his
what I
body
meant.
into the snow.
Just another load of bricks I gotta haul. Snow melt isn't gonna change that. I'm going to wherever I haul bricks and try and
Alright.
get some stuff done in the early morning.
So, crack of dawn, you wake up, you stretch yourself off, you get some of the dirt off of your hooves, and you throw at least a little bit of clothing on. Peeking outside the door, it looks like the first bit of light is coming through. You're a decent ways away from the core of the hamlet. There's a cluster of buildings closer to the middle. One of them's a bit bigger than the others. That is where you guys are.
Hang on, I've almost reached the doorway.
I'm sitting there like hopping, like, let's go! Woo!
I'm gonna mage hand just a little bit of fire, just to be like, oh, warmth. Oh, warmth.
I'll pick you up and put you on my back as I'm passing. Like, come on, Salas, we gotta get going.
Oh, this is going so quick now.
Man, I'm remembering so fast.
How do you ever even catch any rats?
It's a lot easier in basements. Could just light it on fire, it didn't matter.
The town starts to groan to life a little bit after dawn. You guys are just starting to get the kick into moving, getting around town. What are you guys doing?
Going to work, I guess.
Yeah, I'm dropping Salas off at the big house, and I'm
Yeah.
going to the brickyard to haul some bricks around.
Hopping over to the bakery shop. You know, throwing some wheat and some paste and mixing it up.
All right. You guys head off your second ways to get into work. We'll go one by one. So, where are you? What are you doing?
So me as Salas, I have my trusty chain and fire magic to be able to eliminate and roast some rats. There's stone flooring, right? So, like, all I gotta do is just kind of...
You've gotten really good at that.
They warm me up, and I'm able to get to work. As soon as I catch one, oh man.
Life is good again.
I'm like a minigun.
So is that the rats exploding, or is that the flames popping up?
Flames popping up.
Okay, thank goodness.
They're not popcorn.
All right. As you go to check in to see if there's any reports of rats around town, it looks like this is another day of, yeah, you got them all. You're asked to come and check in sometime around noon, but otherwise, do something with your day.
Guess I'll go to the construction yard and see if they need any help laboring.
All right. Meanwhile, at the bakery.
I hop into the bakery. I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? Time to get things done. Am I right? Yeah.
No one else is there.
It doesn't matter.
Daily routine, talking to myself. Got this shit.
Now, when you say hop,
I mean, literally hop.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just take a bound and a leap through the door.
Yeah, excited, ready to go, ready to start my day.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
The entire bakery is not set up. It's still shut down for the night.
I start setting it up.
Okay. Meanwhile, you've made your way down to the construction yard.
Yep.
The construction yard is almost empty. Looks like for the most part they're waiting for hauling to get started. That being said, they have one load of mulch that they want you to bring down to the farms.
I mean, yeah, like I'll load it up and carry it down. I'm rolling up my sleeves, getting ready to work.
You know what? I think I'm gonna head to the bakery instead.
Hey, Salas, there's another wagon if you want.
No, Leland, I am just not. It's a slow day today.
Generic excuse.
Yeah, generic excuse. It's a slow day of rat catching. I'm just gonna see if I can help out around the bakery a little bit today.
You know, all right. Lots of hauling to go around, though.
I'm good.
I don't have the body for it.
Okay.
All right, as your companion heads off, you make your way along with your load of mulch. It's a decent way up the road before you get towards where the farms are. Here, there's a pile where you're sort of just meant to be dumping things off. The farmers themselves are grabbing bags to haul off to whatever part of the patch they want to take care of.
Well, here you go. Freshly delivered mulch. Get it while it's hot.
You start scooping it and shoving it off of the cart after unhitching it from you. You're slowly but surely building a pile, and the farmers in the distance are almost waiting expectantly for you to be done with your work.
All right, yeah. I'm just working. I'm probably not saying much. I'm just going, you know?
All right.
Just going.
So you're sitting there, like, all of your arms full of different tools, getting them ready, making your way around the bakery. The oven still hasn't been heated. As far as you can tell, none of the bowls have been set out. The counter doesn't have any flour ready. This place is still basically unprepared when you hear a knock at the door.
I hop to the door and I'm like, hey, how's it going, buddy? without even knowing who it is yet and like throw the door open.
Is the oven on?
No, it's not. Man, do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh man, that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Slither over to the oven. Just as she's like hopping around fucking crazy like I'm just gonna go.
Don't mind me.
Don't mind me. Put some wood in. Mage hand fire.
And I get all the bowls and like everything like set up properly and get things going.
All right. You continue about your day. You're sitting there just hauling wood in. You're bored, trying to use your magic to get the fire started. Meanwhile, outside, you finish another haul of mulch, and that seems to be the last of it. Once you get back to the yard, you see that everyone else has snaked the last of the deliveries, and you're also, as far as you can tell, off.
Is there a foreman around?
Hmm?
Is there someone in charge of the construction site? I'm gonna log in my hours and guess I'll go grab some lunch.
Yeah, where do you go?
The bakery, of course.
Of course.
Gotta get that fresh bread.
Fresh bread. Nothing like it.
I can't disagree.
Carbs, am I right?
All right. The oven is lit, and you're getting ready. You finally got a floured surface ready, and you're mixing together some dough, and there's another knock at the door.
I hop to the door like, hey buddy, how's it going? And open the door again.
You got any bread ready?
Not yet, my
What's
friend.
taking you guys so long?
Just got it started.
You hear a shout from the back, slow day.
That seems that
And
way.
then I like tap you on the back, like, come in.
All right. I'm looking for a place to wipe my hooves, I guess. It's like,
I hop back towards the dough and like get going on it.
With 3 bodies in here, it starts to get a little cramped, but you're still able to get to work. You're a bit smaller than these guys are, so you can sneak in between them easy enough.
so,
Yeah.
should I roll dough? Is that what you do with it?
No, I'm doing it. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay. Notice your some of these knives are a little dull. Want me to sharpen them for you?
Like if you want,
Man, I get out my sharpening stuff and I
don't
start.
really use knives.
Yeah, it's a travesty. It's honestly a travesty what you've done to these poor knives. See what I can do.
You hear a creaking at the door. Now you're at the wrong side of the bakery, so you don't get to really see who it is around a bit of wall, but you hear the voice of the bakery owner. There's a sound like a flip of a bunch of papers being put onto a table, and you hear, "All right, there's only a few orders today. I'll be back at noon." And then the door closes again.
Awesome. I guess I put the dough, whatever dough I have, like if I have it ready, I put it in the oven and then I hop towards the orders. Like, man, what's going on? Gotta see what's the day's gonna be like.
All right, there's 3 loaves being delivered to people around town and 1 being delivered out to the farm.
Man, I get started on that.
It really doesn't take you long. It's like 4 loaves.
Yeah. I am so excited the whole time. Do like a little card, like a little heart and like 1 or 2 of them, you know?
All right. So as she's going there working her magic on the loaves, you guys are just kind of like killing time. At this point, like there's an oven that's on and the tools are out, so there's really not much else to do.
I mean, I'm sharpening knives.
I'll probably go and check back and see if there's anything new. Put my cloak up.
The rat
Like-
business.
Yeah, see if there's anything with the rat business. Just put my cloak up and be like, alright, let's do this again.
All right. You make your way back down towards the middle of town. Now it's about maybe 10 a.m.-ish when you get back to the middle of town. There does seem to be the elder who's walking around. He notices you and waves you over. He says that there haven't really been any reports, and he's heard from just about everyone, so you probably don't have anything to do today.
Alright. Not really sure what I can do then. I'll just sneak my way back to warmth.
All right. As you're making your way up the road, you suddenly feel like a whoa! Looking down, there's a little trickle of water that's making its way along the road.
Oh, that's mean. I
That
imagine.
means things are melting.
Yes, that is true, but it's also really cold. Like, you know when someone, like, pours a little bit of like cold water on your back, it probably feels like that. And that's just not nice. That's just not nice. That's unfair.
You don't have any leg.
Yeah, I don't really have legs, so I'm just gonna move out of the stream. But I guess I'm a little bit curious, so I'm gonna see where it's coming from. Where's this heat source?
You make your way off a little bit and follow the stream before using your eyes to snake it up the mountains a little ways. There's a bit of the glacier further up ahead that the sun seems to be starting to coat.
Okay. A little glacial melting.
You hear some heavy steps behind you. It's one of your friends from the village. He goes by the name of Elbjorn. He's a tallish lupus.
Alright. Elbjorn. Just...
Hey, Salas. Let me guess, you got nothing to do today?
Slow day.
Yeah, me neither.
But, snow's melting, so won't be slow for long.
Yeah. You know if anything's happening?
Not really, no. Bakery's got fresh bread.
He shrugs and starts making his way towards the bakery. He turns around and sort of
business. I'm so good.
starts walking backwards, and he like thumbs backwards. He goes, "You coming?"
Yeah, might as well slither along towards him.
Literally nothing to do.
All right. After this time, it's about noon. The hamlet's pretty sparse in where all the buildings are placed. So once everybody's back at the bakery, most of the loaves are done, and it's time to bring out some of the deliveries. You've got 3 in the village, and then on the far side of the village, you've got to bring one to the farms.
Well, I'll do the first 3 and then bring the farm one.
I mean, I can take the farm one.
Okay, you take the farm one. Then I'll do the 3 in the village.
Oh, which bread's going where?
But have you considered, if we do this in the way that takes the most time possible, we have less than nothing to do?
That's true.
That is a plan.
Well, that's true, but it's also inefficient. You know, there's always something to do. It'll present itself to us, and then we'll do it. And then the next task will present itself to us.
I mean, like what? Just sit in a bakery for a couple hours, walk down the street, look at some rocks, maybe a little bit of creek, talk about how it's melting, maybe walk off into the distance off of the edge of a glacier or something to do something interesting with our lives.
I've already
okay there, bud?
I've already done that today.
You guys have known Elbjorn for a while. It's disquieting, but he's just kind of like that.
I mean, there's always stuff to move around, you know?
Nobody wants it to be
Even if nobody wants it to be moved. You know, you didn't want me to sharpen those knives. I sharpened them real good.
It's like a Minecraft house prank where you move everything 1 block to the left.
Exactly.
And see if they notice.
Alright, I'm gonna go deliver this bread. Then we'll find something.
Oh, well, I'm coming with you. It's better than...
What race is Elford?
He's a lupus.
Okay, I'm picking him up by the scruff of the neck. Actually, yeah, I'll pick him up by the scruff of the neck and put him on my back. Alright, let's go!
Yeah, onwards, he says, lazily, like, slumping onto your back.
Alright, I'm trotting down. Man on a mission.
Hop towards the village, I guess.
Alright. You guys wander through the village, make your way from address to address. They're quick, cordial, if curt exchanges. You guys, like you always do, day in and day out, get the impression that people don't really want to maintain conversations. It's the same things you hear. Weather, oh, it's melting, wonder when the roads are going to clear. It's the same thing, day in, day out.
I hate this.
This is awful.
I'm fucking tired of slow days. This is awful.
You guys are starting to leave the town proper. There's a hill or two that you're supposed to crest before you hit where the farms lay out.
Man, you know what we should do?
Hey, what's that?
Go up those hills and then roll down like a snowball.
Why would we do that? What would that accomplish?
Nothing.
So it's like the rest of our lives?
Yes.
Oh, hush you! You know what? You're walking, and I pull him off my back.
I
Enough negativity.
jump up the hill.
He
and
slumps onto the ground and just sort of like, meh, and watches you guys go up.
I jump up the hill and then like get onto my side and like roll down.
What do you do?
I'm contemplating my two options here. On one hand, I could roll down too. On the other hand, I could practice my chain on a moving target.
I see his hand twitch for the chain. I'm like, no, don't.
Alright, fine. Just don't do anything. Just stay there with Leland being bored.
Oh, I'm walking on. I'm leaving her to roll.
Okay, then I'm walking with you
Come on.
being like ridiculous happy bunny. Living her happy bunny life.
Man.
As I'm rolling down, I'm like, whee!
All right.
Man.
So as you guys are continuing on, Albjorn doesn't really wait for your friend and just walks with you guys. You head up once and head down, and you see that they're not too far off. You've probably got time to go up again.
I do.
It's on your second cresting of the hill that you see in like a little divot ravine off to the side. There's a little bit of creek, and looks like there's something, I don't know, twisty in there, reddish.
I go check it out. Better than, delivering bread.
All right. You wander slowly down the side of the side of the hill towards this ravine, occasionally catching yourself to avoid slipping too far down on a loose bit of crag that you can grab onto. As you get closer, you have to move past a few crags that obscure your vision, but after you round the last one, you've got a clear sight of what you're looking at. It looks maybe like a human skeleton. There's some meat on it, but not a lot.
That's horrifying. Is there like anything else, like armor or clothes or?
No, you just see a skeleton with not enough meat on it.
Skeleton, like a full body.
Seems to be.
Okay.
That camera's doing some weird stuff.
Looks like it.
Ooh, we're having a camera moment.
Camera moment.
Yo, heck.
Oh, heck and heck. Alright, 1 second. Great. Love it. Yes.
Oh man, the white balance is going off and everything.
Oh wow.
Whee!
Whee!
There we go. I killed it. Killed it with fire.
Check if device is connected properly.
This technical difficulty brought to you by...
Oh,
There we
Oh,
go.
Hey, there we
wow.
There we are.
Man.
Turning it off and back on again. It works.
Yeah.
The IT crowd method.
Yep.
So there's the full skeleton, no clothes or anything. So there's just a naked person that was thrown into the river.
It doesn't look like a naked person thrown into the river. It looks like most of a body was eaten, and this is what's left.
That's horrifying. I'm gonna leave it because I don't know what I would do with it. And like, if there's nothing else in the surrounding area, I guess I'll just like catch up with these guys and tell them about my find.
Hey, Vesta, what took you so long?
Before you make your way up, you go to turn and make your way back up the hill, and you hear the sound of a stone, just kind of like a crack, crack, crack behind you.
I turn around like, who's there? I'll find you.
You see what you saw before.
Okay, I do a little bit more exploring. I like go up to the body and like.
Alright, as you get closer, you see that it's sort of caught on a crag in the middle of this creek. It seems to be sort of draped over it, loosely, limply flowing with the little bit of flow that's there.
Did it just make that noise? Is it alive?
You're not sure. Make a doctor check.
Oh my god. How do I make a dog? That's mental dog. Okay, so I roll one dice.
Yeah.
1 dice, 2. And then I have mental 2. So what do I do with that?
Then that's 4.
4. I got a 4.
Yeah, this thing is more of a corpse than anything else, but you decide to slowly approach. That being said, a 4 can tell you the distinctive result when the head turns slightly, and there's another
Oh my
towards
god!
you.
Oh man!
Master, you okay down there?
Aren't you like quite far away?
Yeah.
Are we? We walked in at the distance it took for her to roll down a hill.
Yeah,
Like-
it's been like a minute or so. She's still not behind you, but you're not really like worried yet.
Do
What
we?
if I like scream really loudly?
What if you do?
I scream really loudly.
Do we hear?
Yep.
I'm on. I'm booking it so far. If I'm on the other side of Leland, I'm under his legs, and I am fucking gone. I am dashing towards that hill.
Yeah, I'm coming with you. What was the guy's name? L.
Oh yeah, he's bolting.
With us or away
Yeah,
from us?
with you.
Okay.
Oh man! Like,
Alright, you're standing there in shock for a moment, and one of its arms seems to be trying to twitch and raise out of the water, but it doesn't seem to be strong enough. It seems to be trying to form a finger, but the current of a weak creek is too much.
I lift up.
flip her off.
I lift up the hand, like the arm. If it's like this, I like grab it and like lift it out of the water.
Alright, as you do so, it loosely, faintly tries to grip. It's barely able.
Oh man! I like freak out because like, oh man!
You guys crest the hill just as you see Vesta at the bottom trying to pull something out of the water.
Oh God! Don't touch that! That's disgusting! That's a dead body! What's wrong with you?
He's not dead.
Yes, he is!
No, he's
He doesn't have a face!
not. I know.
Can I make a doctoring check to prove that she's a fucking lunatic?
Go for it.
Okay. 5.
One better.
One better.
So yeah, you're in the middle of that going, you're and then you hear it go,
Salis, this isn't funny.
I don't reanimate the dead. What do you think I am? I burn rats.
That you didn't make that noise?
Can I get assistance?
No.
Could you drag this thing out of the water, please?
Shit. Oh God. Can I use telekinesis, like force magic, so I don't have to touch the damn thing? To,
yeah,
like,
go for it.
Just
All right.
punch him out.
That was oh man, I hope this. I hope I did it. Oh God. Okay.
I mean, worst case scenario, you're killing me. Put him out of his
That's
misery.
13.
13. You start to evoke with a little bit of force. You move around your hands and then start to gently pull. The arm starts to glow faintly and seems to be getting dragged along. You get the corpse most of the way out of the water before there's a dull and then the part of the arm that you're pulling comes loose.
Ugh. I'll just set that down there.
The arm seems to try to... The one that's been pulled off seems to try and reach for your wrist.
Ugh. What the fuck?
Okay, I grab it and pull it the rest of the way out of the water.
Okay, you guys have this.
We have Guy now.
I'm gonna. Can I check to see what killed him? Like if there's any marks of animals, scratches,
He's still
or
alive!
He's still moving. He doesn't seem to have been killed.
he's mostly
So his
skeleton
arm
at this
is
point.
disconnected, but
Yeah.
it can still move. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna.
I pick up the arm, and like, is there snow nearby? I put it into like a finger, like this, and try to get it to like write something. You know?
It's very weak. It seems to like almost tug on the snow like it's struggling to get through. Very slowly it forms a loose H. Following this, an L? No, an E. Then that's an L
Elborn, go
and
and
a
help.
P.
Go run and get help.
Yeah.
Elborn bolts off towards the hills to get back into the middle of town.
Yeah. Like,
So this guy's mostly skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have his organs still? Like, does he have a chest area with a heart and lungs, or is it like rib cage?
Some of them.
Okay, can I make a doctoring check to try and
Like, figure out how much of him is left?
I was gonna say stabilize what's left of him. Like,
The thing is,
First
his
aid.
What do
arm
you
is-
stabilize?
I
his
don't
arm
know.
is disconnected and he's able to use it. It's disconnected, right? Like, it's not even attached. This is of a magical sort.
yeah, I'm aware of that. It's just he's clearly dying.
Can I like see what I know about this magical shenanigans?
Yeah, roll Arcana.
Arcana, okay. That's not nearly as fun as I thought it was. So it's
Arcana, you mean that nerdy wizard shit?
alright, so it's my one dot in Arcana plus 2 for my 2 mental.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a 5. Rolling great here, guys.
Whoa.
Fucking high roller society up in here.
Man,
Well, you know it's not elemental. You're pretty sure that's not alchemy. Yeah, you got nothing.
This is some magical
It's a
bullshittery.
curse.
yeah, you think so?
That certainly seems like a curse.
Well, ooh, is there?
The only, like, why would anybody want to be in this state, right? Like, so he probably was cursed.
Is there like a puddle of meltwater that is still enough to like scry or do some sort of ritual to try and communicate with this man?
All of it is moving, but you could collect some and put it in a bowl or something.
Yeah, I'll I'll dig a little bit of a dirt pit and like just enough to get a still water going.
All right, you're partway through digging when you notice that the body has stopped moving.
Is it still making the sound?
Does it have a heart?
Okay, I think he's dead for reals this time, guys.
Can I do a doctor check to see if that's true?
It's warm. You don't feel a heartbeat.
Did we check for a heartbeat before?
I didn't want to touch him.
Did it
before.
have a heart before? All things we should have asked.
Elbjorn returns after a little while with 1 or 2 people from the village and a stretch of canvas. They roll it out so that they can put this guy on something a bit more comfortable before carrying him off.
Well, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
Who was that guy? What was he doing there? How long has he been there?
Fantastic questions.
Would love to know the answer to those.
Why was he making noise with no face? How did his arm move after it was
Does he still have his
detached?
arm?
No, I would have.
Okay.
I can say Vesta just waves to you with it.
Hey. Oh God. Okay. Well, still have bread to deliver.
Okay, well, like, let's go do that while we walk and talk, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
You guys-
Not gonna let a little thing like a cursed skeleton man rising from the grave to stop me from delivering bread.
we'll see if there's any new information by the time we get back.
You guys kick up onto the road.
Yep.
Go
So,
deliver that bread.
So, that was fucked.
yeah.
Thought I'd seen a lot of fucked up shit.
He was just like human,
That was some
right?
fucked up shit.
You don't see a lot of humans around
Did
here.
we see, like, is there a lot of humans around here?
Not really, no.
Humans don't like the cold.
And it's also like,
To be fair, there's not a lot of Python around here.
this area is pretty inaccessible, right? Do I know of any humans in the village?
There's maybe 2?
Do I know that they're both not dead?
One of them is a farmhand. The other one works for the tanner, you think. Either the tanner or the leather worker, you're not sure which one.
Okay, well, let's deliver this bread and then go see both of those people to see if they're still alive.
No, I mean, all right. What's your? Yeah, okay. What's your plan if they're not?
Then
Like-
we know.
I was just gonna say, you go up to his wife, like, "Hey, is your husband a skeleton?" And she's like, "Yeah." Oh, well, we found him in the river. Like,
Did your husband happen to sound like this?
hey, give me your best impression of your husband's last breath.
Oh man. Yeah, let's go deliver that bread.
Yep.
Come on.
You guys make it to the farms. They're already up and moving, and there's one farmhand who seems ready for you guys to pick up the bread.
So,
Give it to him.
do you know anybody that's went missing? Any humans?
No?
Oh, all right.
Wait, you said that one of the humans was a farmhand, right?
Yeah, Elric's still here.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, did you see him in the last 30 minutes?
He looks across the fields, then he points into the distance. Sure enough, there's a figure that looks like a human that waves.
Okay. We're good. Let's go check the tanner or leather worker or
Whatever.
whatever.
Enjoy the bread.
Into
Yeah,
town.
cool. As you're walking off, you hear, oh, wait.
Turn around. Yes.
There's like a desperate tug on your arm. Oh, before I have a chance, the apples aren't coming in that quickly this season, we don't think, so we might not actually be able to have that many tarts, so we're probably going to try and go off and pick more blueberries this season.
Sounds good. Man, that is great information.
Sorry, I
Thank
just thought you should know that as soon as
blueberry
possible.
muffins.
I know. It's, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, if you're going in the woods, just hypothetically, you see any skeletons? Just keep an eye out for them.
You hear a chuckle. As always, keep an eye out for the skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good day! And then I, hop off.
You guys turn back along the road.
Now, how long do you think that guy was in there?
Well, that's the question I'm trying to answer, right? Because if this area is, inaccessible and has been inaccessible for a while...
Was it fresh meat? Was it fresh meat wrapped on a skeleton, or was it old decaying meat?
It looked like fresh.
Okay. That was fresh meat.
So we
if I've ever seen it.
gotta figure out if that other guy is still alive, and if he's not, then we know it was him. All good. Life is great.
we go back to
Was
normal.
it him?
Life is not great. Something is doing that. That was magical. That is not occurring normally.
As you say, not occurring normally, you see the other human in town walk from one alley across the other a little ways down the street.
Now we have no fucking clue what's going on.
So, some guy came here, did some stuff, got cursed, thrown into a river, is now dead.
Maybe it's like a human vendetta thing. It's like that war 25 years ago. Maybe it's like a reversal of the tide, so to speak.
I don't think it matters that he was human particularly.
Yeah.
Well,
not enough evidence to say that that's a reversal of fate from last time around.
Who's the resident monster getter? Maybe we should tell him or her.
Is there any...
We're in a small village.
I was gonna say, is there any, guard?
There's one or two people who are guards. Usually the hunters take care of monsters if they can with help of the guards, but otherwise you usually have to hire adventurers from outside of town.
Well, we don't even know really what it is, if it's even worth... Because he might have just gone out and fallen down a well or something and...
Magically got imbued with a curse that makes him just go...
I'm not
after he's dead.
We don't know it's a curse. We don't know it's a curse. Maybe he's just tenacious.
Yeah, I know the...
Oh man. He's holding on.
That took me a second on that one.
You guys see Elbjorn make his way outside of a building. He notices you guys and walks over. Well, that was a fucking day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah?
Delivered some bread.
Delivered some bread, found a... Do we even call it a body or a person? Holy shit.
I think now it's classified as a body.
Now it's a body.
I don't know, it was still warm. The doctor says its heart isn't breathing, but it's still alive.
Oh, shit.
How the fuck does that work?
I think
don't
it's a
know.
curse.
I'm going... Well, let's go check it out.
I
I
think
want
it's
to go
a
talk to her.
curse of undying.
Yeah?
Yes. Unable to die. I don't know anything about magic.
Alright, you guys walk in and you see that the town's only doctor, who is also the midwife and also the veterinarian, is in the middle of taking care of this. Outstretched on this piece of canvas and covered in bandages upon bandages, you see that the doctor's working to just cover everything they possibly can.
Need a hand there, Doc?
Yeah, if you can, please.
All right, I'm helping him out.
I'm also probably going to help him out.
I gotta wash my hands.
All right, you head off to wash your hands while the rest of them are going and cleaning things up. Elbjorn follows you to wash his hands
That's
as
good
well.
baker etiquette.
You guys are partway through bandaging when you return.
How's it going? Has he said anything?
No, he hasn't said anything.
Has he breathed?
As you go to put on like another stretch of bandage and you press down, you see that there's a bit of blood that oozes when you put a bit of pressure on the muscle.
Oh, I need to go wash my hands.
Oh, don't be such a baby. And I go in and I take over from you. Listen.
All right, before too long, the body's fully bandaged. At this point, the doctor just stands there and kind of looks at the body with a 1,000-yard stare.
Do you have a bowl?
Yeah. The doctor turns off and goes into another room, and a little while later comes out with just a small wash basin and passes it to you.
All right, I'm gonna get some salt out of my bag and try and scry on this guy to see if I can communicate with him.
All right, you start going and preparing some ritual ingredients. The doctor is almost looking at you like you have the answer here.
Listen, I don't know, but he was alive. He was trying to say something.
He's still alive.
He's like half alive. He's mostly alive.
All right, roll some wisecraft.
All right. Ritual.
Oh yeah, ritual. It's ritual now.
Not to mansplain your own system to me. Not to player-splain, but
Are you kidding? I don't know my own rules. I have to keep editing them. They keep changing.
17.
17. You get the salt ready in the bowl, you stabilize it, and you start to focus as the reflection of your own shimmers and twists. There's just blackness in the bowl, and you see the blackness almost spread, like when you zone out and your vision starts to blur over. Soon there's nothing but this darkness, and for a moment, you're still.
Hey, bud, you in here? Hello?
You sense sleep. Maybe a dream? You might be able to push into the dream.
Yeah, and I'm doing that. I'm like, hey, bud, wake up!
You push into the dream a little bit, and you see someone walking slowly along the beach. You're in their own body, so you can't see much of them. They're a human about the size of that body there. To the side, you see a tall-looking, like, sort of light brown-haired elf-born woman. To your other side, you see a still reasonably tall, but very portly human with a thick black curly mustache.
Do either of you know... Who are you two? Can he talk? I mean, like... I'm trying to talk.
Yeah, you're able to talk.
Hello? Anyone shed some insight on why we found this man as a skeleton in the river?
Oh, well, that's a good question, isn't it? I'm sure he needs all sorts of rest. Oh, well, yes, absolutely he needs rest. Are you kidding? Look at the state of him.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. We're looking for answers. Like, do you know what happened to him? He's not from around here, as far as I know.
Oh, I haven't seen him in quite some time, actually. I'm hoping I could get into contact with him.
So were you like his dad, or...?
Oh, we're just old friends. Something tells me it was something to do with that business over in Farm Market.
Sorry, and where?
You fizzle out of the dream.
Shit.
Farm market?
Farm market. What's the furthest market from here? Okay, so there was an elf lady and a portly man, and they said something about business in Far Harbor, or Far Market.
Farm market.
Far Market. That's all he said. I don't know who this man is.
Isn't Farm Market, like, on the other end of the fucking continent?
I don't know.
It could be. I've never heard of it.
I don't know, I think the Long Haul has a map we could check.
Yeah, let's go check the map.
Let's go look at a map. And hop over to the map happily.
Alright.
Would I have heard of Farm Market at all during my time going collecting taxes and shit?
Nowhere near here.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, you guys wander off towards the town hall. Here, it's sort of like this big fort-style long hall. Whereas other ones, sort of in towards the forest, are built with wood, this one is built with slate and mason stone, designed to elicit a similar look to the ones from southward in the kingdom here. Inside, you see that along one of the boards there is a map that's pinned up.
And map.
Map.
Okay.
You guys see that according to the map, there's a place not called Farm Market, but New Farm Market here.
It's not drawing it. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Just in that general area.
I chose the wrong color for drawing on an ocean.
Was there,
Yeah, it's not exactly vivid.
That's literally the opposite side of the world.
is there like a local historian or something that could tell us why there's a new farm market, but no farm market?
Local historian. There's barely even a local teacher.
Well, that's a ways. Oof.
New farm market. So that means there must be an old farm market.
Think it's around where new farm market is?
I don't know, maybe. Did you say it was the island? Or did you say it was...
You know how...
Right.
No, a little bit... So you know how there's that point that the line
Yeah,
you're drawing
the
comes
point.
off,
It's the point.
off of? Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
the
the point?
opposite point.
Oh, it's this point.
Okay.
that
Yeah.
point.
Okay, so it's that. Whew. That makes it much easier to draw.
Can you erase?
Yeah. Boop.
Oh, wow. Why not?
Also
Pick a different
change,
color.
change the color, yeah. Whiteboard.
Man, that's on the opposite side of the world.
Really is. I don't know.
Looks like we're just never gonna know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sucked to be that guy's family.
Yeah, but like, how did he get here? You know? I don't know. I guess like we have a little like at least a couple weeks until the snow melts. So we're gonna have to just stick around anyway. Maybe he'll wake up again.
Yeah. Yeah, here's hoping, but he didn't have much. Even if he did wake up, I don't think he has vocal cords left.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Might be easier to talk to him if he's awake. You know, with your magic, fancy
You know,
witchcraft.
after all that, I think I need a drink.
I mean, once he's awake, we don't need magic. We can just talk to him, right?
I know, but he wasn't able to talk last time.
He was able to...
I know, but like that's not really good communication, you know?
Yeah, fair.
So, I don't know. What time is it during the day?
Now it's past noon. It's probably close to like 2 p.m.
Wow. We got like the whole day left.
At this point, you notice that like most of the village has already heard about what's going on. They seem to all be crowding around the vet's house, who seems to be trying to get people to stay away.
I mean, there's nothing else to do in this
Yeah,
town.
this is literally like the news of the year.
I'm kind of going up in front of everybody. I'm gonna try and calm them down. Kind of banging a pot, I guess, to get everyone's attention. Clang, clang. All right, let's listen up, everybody. There's nothing here interesting. It's just a bandaged man sleeping. All right, we'll let you know if anything changes. Also, anyone know of anything about Farm Market?
Just
Also!
Yeah, there is that kind of deafening silence before most of the crowd sort of just wanders off. You don't hear anything before, through people, you see the tottering of a rat folk, an older one, wandering towards you, gray-furred.
Hey, Gray. You know anything about Farm Market?
Yeah, I grew up in Farm Market when I was just a little wee scrub.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They have hypothetically, a lot of skeleton people? Did people in Farm Market die?
actual responses. Just
I mean, people in Farm Market die just as anyone else.
Where is Farm Market?
Farm Market? Oh, it's out in Old Sable. I think it's across. Yeah, it's across from White Abbey, and there's like a bay.
No, on the map that's labeled as New Farm Market.
Yeah, it's Farm Market.
Hmm.
It's just new because we rebuilt it.
Ah.
That would make it new.
That would make it new.
So,
Is there, what kind of business is there in Farm Market?
yeah, business. Is there bad business in Farm Market?
I mean, I don't know now. It's a port town.
Like mob connections that might ship somebody up here to die.
We can
Curses?
take a boat and go around.
I
Pull up the
haven't-
map again.
I haven't been there in like 60 years, so I don't know.
It might be faster
To boat,
to boat.
to go like to here. Are there any like port towns around here?
Yeah, actually, right where you're pointing is the port city of Dwarf Road's End.
And then try and do a little hook around here.
Yeah, either that or the other way.
So you must have done a lot of traveling then, Greg.
Ah, well, I mean, you know, after the cataclysm, we all did.
Would you say it's, hypothetically speaking, of course, it'd be ridiculous to go down there. Would you say it's faster by boat or by land?
It's a good question. I mean, we always went the caravan routes because boats were expensive, but the more and more they open up those trade routes, the cheaper it is to get ferry. Plus, you know, boats have gotten better in the past couple of years. I don't really know.
Okay, because Vesta has this crazy idea that we should go down to Farm Market and try and find out what this man's all about. you know how she gets.
I mean, I'm
I
done.
didn't even suggest it.
You didn't?
Well, I should be off. I've got some more work to do. I'll see you around.
Well, we're not going to be able to leave until the snow melts a little bit anyway.
All right. Yeah.
So I say we wait around a little bit longer, see if he wakes up even a little bit, try to talk to
Okay.
him.
I say we just move on with our lives and not ruin what we got going on here.
What do we got?
Lives, jobs, community.
I doubt
Fresh
we have
bread?
any of that.
What?
Except for the fresh bread.
We have bread.
We have bread.
I could make bread on the road.
Yeah. Well, okay. Besides the fresh bread, no jobs on the road. You have to give up your bakery.
Adventuring.
Venturing.
Well, it's not really a job. It's more of a sort of a mental illness, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
Rude.
guys keep
So rude.
chatting for a while and killing time until eventually it's late. You guys have the opportunity to go to bed if you so choose.
Man, I'm going to bed.
I'm going to bed.
I'm going for a drink and then bed, honestly.
I'm gonna go out back to where I'm gonna see if there's a fence post around. Is there there's probably like a fence post set up somewhere.
Like for hitching a horse or something, or
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a hitching post around the middle of town. There's a couple of them set up.
I'm gonna take out my chain, and I'm just gonna do practice tosses. Just
Whack. Sure, everyone sleeping is gonna love that.
yes, it sounds so good. Like Vesta, you just keep hearing the sound of a chain and then a thwack, and then the chain and then a thwack.
Not to derail everything, but in summer camp there was a kid that brought a chain that would do that to trees while we're all trying to sleep at 1 a.m. So, let me tell you from experience, we all hate you.
Everyone hates you, and you should know that.
It isn't too late. It's only like 9 o'clock, so people are irked, but they're not sleeping quite yet. There's not much else to do, so you're outside having a drink while presumably you're trying to get some rest because
Yeah.
you actually wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
You're sitting there just almost dozed off when you hear,
Please be the hand.
I wake up. I wake up, and I'm like, what was that? Was I dreaming? Was it
the window.
It was the window? Okay, I go to the window, and I look through, I peek into the curtain, peek open the curtains, and look out.
you see that there's a chickadee. It's tapping on the window. Chickadee-dee-dee.
Chickadee! I open the window a little bit. I'm like, hey, what's up?
It flutters past, flies around your head a few times, then flies back to the window. It gives you a quick doo, 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 and then it flies off towards a nearby branch on one of the trees by the window. Seems to be expectant.
Well, okay. I get some clothes on and head outside, see if the chickadee's still there.
Yep, it's there. It flies past towards the edge of a balcony that you can see across the street.
I follow it.
From there it goes, whoop, and at this point,
Do I see her walking away?
both of you guys see a chickadee land in the middle of the street, and you see your friends just kind of outside.
I follow the chickadee. Very casual, like
I'm
just bird watching.
gonna coil up my chain and follow.
Hey, where are you guys going?
We're following a bird, cause what else is there to fucking do?
I'm gonna come make sure you two don't get lost. Following a bird.
Where does the bird go?
Hey, it's been a weird day. Following a bird is the least weird thing that we've done.
Okay.
It perches on the cobbler's sign. Then it goes down the street a bit to just over the doorway of the baker's. Flutters on a bit towards the Jensen's house, and then the town long hall. And then it waits for you guys to catch up before going to a window by the doctor's.
Okay. Hop over. Like, so I go. So the window is closed, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
I open the door to the doctor's. Is it locked?
It does not seem to be locked.
I open it.
Oh, don't. What are you doing?
I open it.
You open the door quietly. It's a 2-story building. The doctor stays upstairs, and down here there's a number of beds, only one of which has someone in it, which is, well, the body.
The guy.
I'm gonna stop her from like. She can like peer in, but I'm not gonna let her like go in.
Does the chickadee go into the room?
The chickadee perches by the body.
I'm blocking her from going in, and I got this. I got this.
You got this?
I got this.
You got this.
Neither of you got this. The chickadee's just looking for breadcrumbs or something.
We all know that you are clumsy as hell. Let me get this.
You got this.
I have seen
Okay.
you drop an entire tray of bread. Let me take. And
One of the hands slowly lifts its way up and shakily points towards you.
I'm running in. Like, hey, you're awake? Are you okay?
Creak.
oh
Creak.
no.
Creek.
Creek.
That's where we found
uh-huh.
you, yes.
Further up.
Further up. Okay.
Further up, okay.
Okay, and I sit him up a little higher and
3 more.
3.
There's 3 more bodies up the creek.
Oh my god!
The body stops moving.
I'm doing a doctor. Did he die? For real this time?
For realsies.
Go for it, roll.
Or is
I'm
he
gone. Like, I'm
we
going
had
to
him. We had
creek.
him. 7. That's 10.
No pulse. Warm.
Shit. This was just,
I'm
okay.
already gone.
Okay.
I'm like.
That
look
being
around
said-
and I'm gone.
You're looking probably on the neck for the pulse, because you actually see the edge of one of the arteries. As you go, you feel no pulse, but you feel the muscles respond as the body makes subtle motions.
This man is very strange. Okay, let's go get Vesta.
It's like, yep, let's catch up to her.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I go originally to where he was, and then he said up the creek, right? So I go upstream.
Okay. You guys all catch up before you're too far down the road, and you hit the edge of town. It's not really a full moon, but it's getting late-ish. So you guys are able to see a decent bit. It's still reasonably dark, and there's bits of shadow here and there.
Okay.
I'm using elemental magic to kind of make a bit of a torch.
You make a small torch, and it helps illuminate the area around you.
I'm also going to join in on that because I feel way fancier than him.
I'm searching.
I'm trying to one-up you on the torch.
I would not notice. I'm very practical when it comes to magic. I'm like, listen, there needs to be a light. Like,
I want mine to be brighter.
You guys retrace your steps a little while around the corner, up a little ways, past that bit where you went up and down the hill, and then off the edge towards where that creek was. You find the same place that this guy was. From here, the creek upstream seems to go up into the crags. Downstream seems to go a little ways skirting around the edge of the village before going parallel to where the road should be.
He said up the stream.
He said upstream.
So, well, he said up the creek.
Up the creek.
And I'm gonna go up first.
Well, hold on. It's dark. I don't know if we want to be going up the crag at night. But there are people that need help. What do you think?
I'm going.
Yeah, I'll also go. Okay.
Like, if we think it's too dangerous, like, we'll turn around. But, like...
Let's
Okay.
let's dim our lights down a little bit. Just dial it down. Just enough to see by.
Okay.
You guys slowly funnel your flames smaller and smaller before they wink out. Slowly but surely, you make your way up the creek, step by step. There's a consistent gurgling as you make your way up, the gurgling of water on rock, a nice pleasant, almost melodic noise.
Hello? Anybody in the creek?
I thought the whole point of dimming the torches is so that we don't alert everyone of our presence.
Well, we're trying to find people in the dark.
People that just go, eh.
Well, maybe they can go, and we'll find them.
I think we have a better chance of tripping over them in the darkness than we do of finding them by you going, hello!
I'm just trying to reassure them that someone's coming for them, okay?
At this point, you get past the easy bit, and now there's the sound of rocks sliding out of the way, mixed with this sharper and sharper sort of trickling as you get towards a steeper and steeper incline. From here, you're doing absolutely fine, but you use your extra set of hands to help get a grip. Here, you slow down a bit, but you're able to hitch your tail and get some of the crags on the way up. It's a steep incline that blocks some of your vision ahead, but you're making good progress upward.
Haven't seen anybody yet. I guess we keep going.
Yeah?
Come this far.
You reach the crest of the hill, and towards one side you see the village, and on the other side you head into the next valley over. This is where the farms are. Here you see that the creek, before you hit the very top of the hill, seems to turn off towards a smaller area to the side.
Follow the creek?
Yep. Hopefully we don't have to follow it much further.
You guys head a little bit up, and now it's starting to get quieter and quieter and thinner. There's a decent ways up the mountain, up in this little bit between sort of offshoots, and you can't really see in the darkness, but you're getting into craggier and craggier areas.
I don't like that he's setting up.
I know.
Okay, guys, I think we're getting pretty far out, eh? It's getting dark. It's already dark.
It's dark. Do you got something to do in the morning?
I guess you're right. Okay. Forge ahead.
Forge ahead.
Are you still shouting?
No.
Okay.
You convinced me.
The rocks get more and more unstable, some of them even falling away as you climb up. It's sharp, but it levels out a little bit, and at the top here you see that the glaciers are melting into a little pond. There's lots of big stones that are around the pond, little cracks and crevasses between them, all piled around this divot where all this ice seems to be melting. There are some faint figures in the pond.
I go to them.
Hey, are you okay?
Before she can get to them, I'm gonna do like a fire burst. Like basically just throw a dart out towards their general vicinity, but higher up in the air, and then just have it kind of like burst like a firework above them. Just
So you
to
can
sort of,
see?
yeah, just to light up the area a little bit.
Listen, they're already in shock. You don't want to scare them.
There's a
They're
flash.
not gonna run.
You see what you think are three bodies sort of like in the middle of the pond, half on top of some of the crags. You think that you see eyes between some of the crags, too. You're not sure, it was just a flash.
Oh.
Okay. Hands to chain.
Back up a little bit, and I'm like, hello? Is there anybody there?
Around this area, you're not sure where, because it doesn't seem to be anywhere super close. You hear sort of the clanging of stones moving around. It sounds more like hollow, like it's coming through a tube, than that it's a sharp nearby noise.
I'm gonna do another burst. This one a little bit higher up.
You see the bodies haven't moved. Where you thought there were eyes, there aren't eyes.
Trick of the light.
Yeah, I thought it was just, us seeing stuff. All right. I'm like unbuttoning my shirt, getting ready to go swimming to get those guys.
Okay, yeah, like, let's go.
Yeah,
I'll
you
say,
can
like,
you can go
cautiously.
in. I'm gonna stay with my body heat.
I'll go in with you, and I'll help you, and we'll get them on your back.
All right.
Alright, you clamber into the water, and hot damn is it cold. Even if it's May, this is still like unfreezing water.
All right.
You get the feeling like you might be able to handle it for a little while, because you're used to the cold, but you couldn't stay out here forever. You'd get hypothermia.
Gotta get those guys out now. They have enough problems without hypothermia.
Okay, I, like,
Yeah,
get
we
the
won't be
first
able to
person
check if
and
they're
try
alive,
to,
though.
like, get them onto his back.
You see a dark mass in the middle of the pond, which is just where the bodies and now your companions are. You can't really resolve what's going on.
I'm gonna do another burst.
You see your two companions, 3 bodies, and 2 sets of eyes somewhere in those rocks.
Do we see the eyes?
Yes.
I get out of the water.
I'm lighting up a flare with my hand.
You light up the flare, the eyes are gone.
Okay, let's go fast.
Yep.
I grab one of the bodies
yep.
and, like quickly get it onto him. Can I do that?
Yep.
Are the bodies floating, perchance?
Nope, they seem to, if anything, based on how they are, they seem to have tried to clamber onto the rock to get out of the water.
I'm picking up one of them on my shoulder.
Alright, you've got 2 bodies. You help it's almost like, you're basically a goat centaur.
Yeah.
So you just put 2 bodies over the back of you and you start making your way out of the water.
I go for the third one.
Alright, you grasp onto it, and luckily because of your extra arms, you've got enough to keep sort of treading water and pulling, even though this figure is bigger than you are.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I still got the light in my hand, my one hand.
As you're turning towards where Salus is, you see eyes in the crags behind him. 3 sets.
Turn around.
Immediately turn around, fire burst.
There's a burst of flame that bakes the rocks. You don't see any eyes.
Why is your brother so fucking trigger happy?
It's
Can I
a
get
good
the-
light, alright?
Can I get the third body onto him?
No one expects the third fire burst.
It'll be difficult. It'll slow him down, but you're able to secure a third one if you try hard enough.
Yeah, I try very hard.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm gonna be right here, but I can't carry them.
Okay.
I'm not strong enough.
You have 1 physical and no brawn.
Yeah.
I mean, I only have 2 physical and no brawn.
I have 4. So I should probably be the one, but I'm not, because I didn't want to go in the water.
I mean, you can help us carry them down.
Yeah, sure. Except for current going-ons.
If that's what we're doing, anyway.
The main question is, are they out of the water?
Don't mind me, I'm just drawing some stuff and not answering the questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
It's, yeah.
This is... Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Don't mind you.
Huh.
We've got Will's Art of Chill with this. And we're gonna draw a happy little crag here. Right here.
Little pond.
Okay, would you be so kind as to pass me your tokens?
For no reason.
For no reason whatsoever.
So you guys have closed in, and you're making your way away from this pond when you note that now the eyes seem to be followed with bodies. Long, thin, spindly bodies, like pale mantises climbing out of these little cracks in the rock.
I'm gonna fire burst at them. not like hit them, but it seems to be working to scare them off.
Should we adjust the camera?
Yeah, probably. Well, you got that?
I'm almost tempted to just be lazy and just adjust the map instead of the camera.
Yeah, that's fair. We gonna die.
We gonna die.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, you guys have played this before. What do you guys do?
I'm fire bursting to try and scare them off.
I'm putting the guys down in a pile.
Don't do that yet. If it works, we can escape without combat.
Okay.
Well, take some actions. Who are you attacking? How?
I'm just in general fire bursting the area. So
to try
like,
and scare them.
yeah, to try and scare them. So just kind of like roughly around here targeting.
All right, you fire off a burst of flame. Now that they're properly out in the open and you know where they are and you're paying attention, you hear the sound of stones cracking and skittering. Skitter, skitter, skitter.
Oh god.
Oh dear
Skitter,
God.
skitter, skitter. Skitter, skitter, skitter.
Okay, not working. Plan B is everyone.
Okay, I'm taking a knife out of my bag
I'm taking my knife out.
and I'm gonna zing it over to him with telekinesis.
All right, which one in particular on the map?
The one closest to me.
Okay, do you have line of sight? All of those crags are full cover.
Oh, so then no, we don't. Don't have line of sight to any of them.
Let's just start making our way down.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that we start retreating. I'm just. Gonna
Yep, we got the guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I forget my movement in basically regular ass clothing.
Should be 8-4.
8-4. Well, no, it's. Am I in Gambison? I think I'm in Gambison.
If you're in
Yeah.
Gamison, then it should be 7-3.
7-3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can move 10 squares on a turn, but I don't know if I'm
I have
encumbered because I'm holding like 3 people at once.
You have -2 because you're holding 3 people.
Okay, so I can move 8.
What can I move? I have chain.
Should be 6-2, I believe.
6-2.
Or because the heptal thing, I think you move slower on your hind limbs.
I didn't write it down.
Also, aren't I a 2-2
Dual
token?
mode locomotion.
I'll just say,
Yeah, he is a thick boy. And also, I should have a tail, technically.
yeah, steal some tokens. They're next to you.
Toss my one.
Okay. A 6. Or a 9.
Ooh. You're
Does
a
it
big
take any, like, I can go onto all of my legs, right, to move?
Right, so on all 4 you have 12-6. On 2 it's 8-4. It's with the modification from chain that would go down to 10-5 and 10-4 and 6-2. Did you say you were hurling a knife?
Yes, but none of them are in sight, so I'm running instead.
All right.
And can I take an off turn to move? I guess it would be another couple squares. Where are you
Move
moving?
me 6 forward.
Man, hurry up, Vesta! Okay, I'm saving my off turns then.
Skitter, skitter, skitter.
Oh god.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skitter.
Don't you
1, 2,
dare
3,
attack
4,
my tab.
5, 6, 7. Skitter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They surge out of the cracks. Now that they're getting close to you, you see that these things are almost maybe 8-9 feet tall, all spindly limbed. They charge up to you one by one and unleash a series of attacks.
No.
Do we technically contain a unit through my tail?
Yes.
Cool.
What do we get for being a unit?
+1 per person?
Yep.
Yeah, so we get +3 to
Okay.
our threshold.
Okay.
And then an extra +1 if you have a shield for.
Yeah.
I have a
Oh, you do have a shield.
I do.
So we get a +4 on that. Yay.
Okay, so
Plus my
Crackdweller's
threshold.
Crackdweller 1 attacks you, 3 attacks Leland, 2 attacks Vesta while flanking.
Okay. Now, how do I roll defense?
It's just a passive number now,
Okay.
so that was your threshold, and then you increase it with your off turn.
Where's my threshold? Do I have
It's based on your armor. So which armor did you choose?
chain? Oh, 6. So I have 10.
You have 10. I have 8. Gabe has whatever he has.
I'm not wearing any armor.
So you have 29
You
or
have
25
4.
to reduce.
25. Okay, so that's 15 then? Because I have
Because
10.
If it beats your threshold, you just take it. If it's less, you just don't. That's all
okay.
it is.
Okay.
Now, can I... Is using, like,
But
wise-
you can off turn to like shield and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Is it still possible to shield using ritual magic?
Yes, but it needs to be precast on you unless you are the wizard who is doing wards with ritual.
I'm the wizard.
Yeah, then you got him,
Okay.
but only against you.
Only against me. Okay.
You are subjected to 14 damage,
Okay. So 4 plus... So 8 plus...
and same for you as well.
14.
Ooh.
I'll take that damage.
14,
No,
12,
you-
14. Yeah, no. I pull out some mad hexen capabilities and ward that shit right off me.
Yep, you snap your fingers, and there's a flash of light that glances the blow away.
Man, thank God that worked. Never had to do that before.
I've only done it in theory. When I accidentally threw a knife at myself.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, it's back to your turns.
Okay. I'm going to throw out a fireball,
All right.
which would be elemental, right?
Yep, against which one?
The one that just attacked me.
All right, so that'd be number 2.
2.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna rear up onto my tail.
Oh!
4.
Movement.
Feels bad.
So you rolled how much?
4.
Plus, or is it just 4?
Just 4.
All right, in a panic, you just sort of, and there's like a floof of fire that attacks someone in front of you. It still hisses in response, violently enough.
I'm gonna go, Vesta, back up!
Yeah, I'm also using my action to back up.
No, I'm telling Vesta specifically
These guys
to back up.
off turn before that
Oh,
movement.
okay.
One of them goes 1, 2, 3. Then your movement takes place.
Okay.
Wow, you're just fucking dipping.
Wow.
I have the guys on my back! I'm trying to get them to safety! Drop them!
1, 2.
I'm not gonna drop them when there's cave dwellers!
Okay.
And also, I can attack from range.
Okay, so the one by Vesta, I'm gonna grab him.
All right.
I'm gonna grab that dude.
You're gonna grab him?
This is my entire build in theory.
Go
coming
for it.
into
Let's do it.
practice.
Let's rock and roll.
What do I have to do?
Right, so
What do I have to do to grapple this mofo?
let's go to those universal rules.
Good old universal rules. I'll also post some link to the Bloodwine in chat. Here we go.
Right, so grappling. It's a weapon roll to grab. Straight up.
Okay, so just straight up weapon roll.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And that's against, just to be clear, which number?
2.
Cool.
Oh wow, that went off again. Dang it.
Ah, dang it.
I have to investigate why that's happening, and we might have to switch back to our old system.
Womp womp.
Okay, that's 4, that's 6, that's 10, and that is a 14.
You've got a firm grip on one of those limbs.
Okie dokie, and that's my action for the turn.
Okay.
Sort of. Once you connect, you can now do something. Do you want to throw them, use them as a shield, or move with them?
I'm using them as a shield.
All right.
Okay.
So in that case,
Can I?
right.
So while he does that, so he's using it as a shield, right? So he like grabs it and like puts it in front of him. Can I take my knife and like stab it into its chest?
Yeah. Roll an attack.
Violent sister! Yes!
Okay, is that just like weapon or
Yep.
okay? Oh man. 5.
Plus how much physical?
That's it. That's 5.
All right. Yeah, as you've got this thing ready, you managed to move it into position so that you were able to get a hit in.
Awesome.
I'll say that that counts as flanking, so how much extra damage does that deal?
9.
Ooh. All right, anybody else taking
Oh,
actions?
I'm taking an action. So she's stabbed this boy and did like a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I be like, oh man, this is how you do it, and use telekinesis to pull her knife out and stab it into him a second time?
Yeah, rock and roll.
So,
Just like dig it in a little bit deeper.
oh, like,
Do a little bit of a twist.
Yeah.
okay. I'm helping you out here, giving you a bit of a push. Man.
If only your knives were sharper.
If only your knives were sharper! Why didn't you let me sharpen that one? That's a 16.
16. All right, the one that you're lunging towards, as you use magic to pull the knife out of the way, it moves to dodge, but you're quicker than it is, and you manage to connect on that hit.
Ooh. Can I take an off turn to throw another knife at Cave Dweller 3?
Yeah, go for it.
One of my 7.
You're 7?
Yeah.
I have a single knife.
I have a chain. I have literally nothing to deal damage other than this chain and my own magics.
That's 12.
12, all right.
Or 14, sorry.
14, even better. All right, has everybody had a chance to act?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So, the one that you attacked the first time with the knife, that
Yes.
was number 2.
Yes.
Okay. Number 2 moves 1, 2.
But I'm grappled it. I'm
Oh, yeah.
holding that boy.
Then it fails to move.
Cool! Yeah! Grapple that boy!
It's struggling to try and get through, but is for the most part unsuccessful. This one here moves in. And both of these, one by one, are going to try and flank you.
I'm a shield!
Exactly. So,
This is literally what I have built this character to do.
I'm just going to
This is
do...
literally what I have him there to do. Is
So-
just be like, no one touched me.
I'm going to do attack. So, roll a grace check and see if it beats... 14.
Oh! Yes, it does.
Oh, it does it?
There's my 10. There's 1. Plus 4.
Nice.
15.
Oh.
Human shield takes the first one. Let's do it again for that second one against... This one's going to be a 13.
Okay.
Oh.
I think this is roughly... No, it's 14! I beat it by 1 again!
Nice!
Oh, man.
All right, you managed to get
I'm fucking 14.
the one that you're grappled. Right as these things lunge in towards you, you move to block this thing with its body for both of the lunges with the claw that managed to go towards you. The first one deals 10, 11, 17 damage to number 2. And the next one deals
Oh my god.
Will and I
10,
spent like a good
14.
half hour just memeing about this character. Just being like, yo, but what if he was just to grab people and move them in the way? Is that viable? We're like, actually, I think it is.
Man.
All right, yeah, this one manages to take another 20 damage from the other attack. It's not feeling super good. It-
Mr. Salas, I don't feel so good. Turns to dust in my hand.
All right, it tries to perform a reversal against you.
Oh shit.
Roll. What would that be? Where did I put that?
Can I grace to outmaneuver?
This would be delicate.
Oh, the flaw in this build.
Delicate.
Gotta beat an 11.
Nope, that's not happening. It literally cannot happen.
Okay, this thing, after taking the 2 hits, furious, it lunges back and grasps you, and you feel suddenly your arm being twisted behind you.
Can I take an off turn to stab him with a knife before he does anything to my friend?
All right.
Oh no.
Don't
Make
worry,
a grace
Silas.
check.
Make a
I will
grace
save
check.
you.
Oh no!
Fucking goddamn it every time.
Ooh, this one you gotta beat a 14 again.
Nope, not happening.
Oh no. Oh no.
6.
16.
Fine. I lost by 1. I got 13.
All right, you take 16 from your friend there.
Oh shit.
Stop helping!
All right, I believe it's your turns now.
Okay, Man. Okay. Where am I? I'm there. And which one are you
What was
holding
it,
right
16?
now? He's holding 2, right?
Yeah.
Well, 2 is
Two was
holding him.
me.
Who's holding you? Okay. Could I, so that I don't miss, like, because I'm next to him, right? Would I be
Yeah.
able to put my hand on its back and do an elemental, like, fire attack?
Yeah,
Okay.
it'd be basically just like a melee dart.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. That's what we're doing.
Guy just goes, still hits me in the head.
Oh, 9.
9, all right.
But that is the best you could have rolled. I don't know why you said
I could have
ooh.
rolled.
Yeah. Actually,
I
best.
don't know why you said ooh.
Yep, this thing does manage to take the hit from that particular attack. It doesn't move to reverse at all.
Awesome. Do I have to roll damage? Or is that it?
That's
that
the
is
damage.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You guys.
I need to get out of this. How can I gracefully get out of this?
All right, so
Gracefully.
Gracefully. Keyword on that.
Can
This
I-
is not working out too well.
so if you're grappled, you can roll delicate to escape versus their brawn, or reverse, or perform a reversal opposed by their delicate. Otherwise, once you're in charge, you can just let go.
Like, okay, so it would be my delicate versus their delicate for
Yeah.
the reverse.
So you have to roll delicate.
Or your delicate versus their brawn to escape. These are long, spindly, mantis-like creatures.
Can
I
I?
did not think this through.
Okay. Can I do a burst of force magic in between both of them to try and separate them? But
Or
not
you can
damage
just
them?
break my arm.
Why do you attack a different one?
Because he's got my friend.
Okay, here's what
We
I'm
gotta get him out of there.
here's what I'm thinking. He's got my arm. I'm just going to do some poison damage to him.
Yeah, go for it.
What? How?
He has my arm. He is literally
Oh, I
in
see.
contact
I
with me.
see
I
what
could just be
you're saying.
like, and poison.
I have another idea.
Poison.
Could I possibly, like, where I am, or where I could move to, could I possibly stick my hand in between them and then do a force? Like,
What is with all your people trying to break my arm?
Okay,
like-
you're going to be assisting then. I'll say that it consumes an off turn. You don't take damage, but you basically help with your evocation, whatever roll he's going to make in the grapple.
okay.
Fuck.
6
When you roll 2 1s, it feels good.
plus 6, whatever that is.
That's 10, so 16.
All right. You feel a hand interpose itself, and there's a lurch as the being gets like pushed out of the way. Right as this happens, your hand is free enough that you can get a wrist grab, and there's a pulsation of black veins along this thing's pale flesh as you course poison through it.
Alright. then I'm going to take a step. Stop fucking running away,
Listen.
You're leaving us to die.
I'm carrying 3 wounded people. I'm a hero, really.
You're gonna be carrying 3 wounded people and 2 dead people.
You guys are fine.
Drop them.
Alright.
They're dying.
If
Yeah, like they'll still be dying after this.
I need to get them back to the village ASAP.
Okay. I'm going to use my movement because I can't coil up because that takes like an entire turn. To just kind of slither around like this. Are we still forming a unit because of our shield?
You haven't disengaged. You're still grappled. You just fought back.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'm gonna fire.
I'll not slither around them.
I'm gonna fire knife number 2 into Cave Dweller number 2.
All right. He seems to see you coming on this one.
Just kind of.
Let go! Oh,
Roll that grace.
Silas! Man, I'm rolling real good rolls here.
That's a bad thing.
That's a 17.
Got to beat a 13.
Oh, I beat a 13. Yeah, I'm fine. Gonna get me killed, man.
Yep, this thing seems to be
that's
trying to
actually a
pull
20.
you, but you twist out of the way and it manages to connect with that knife hit. For 17, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. As the combat rages on, these things seem to be trying to do work of their own.
Oh, fuck.
These things are particularly strong. The one that has you tries to throw you.
I'd welcome it at this point. I'd welcome a dwarven toss on this one.
You feel this thing struggle to pick up your weight, and you're not that heavy. It only manages to toss you to the other side. At this point,
Okay.
however, these ones here turn, see someone over there, and start rushing in.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Man, how far can these things move?
They're little skitter boys.
Oh my god.
That's how far they can move.
Holy shit.
Alright.
Seeing that they're not getting there on time, they're charging in further.
That wasn't them charging it further. Can I take an
But-
off turn to charge backwards?
Well, you're gonna need to draw some more. Can
That's their turn. It's on your.
Can we get some yakety sacks going on this one?
I get on all fours and rush.
All right.
I'm gonna stay back and
1, 2,
dart.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm gonna dart at one of their backs and then I'm gonna move forward.
Yep.
So that's my elemental.
The one that had you is at the back of the pack.
Yeah, I'm. Fuck that guy. Alright, that's 16.
All right. What kind of damage?
Poison again.
How do you want to do this?
I want to shoot him through the heart. I want it to just be a solid bolt that goes through his heart and clean through the other side and just kind of goes.
All right, you hurl a bolt of purple into this thing. It hits the small of its back and it shudders for a moment. There's a pulsating of black veins and then there's a pop as both front and back its heart bursts. It falls to the ground inert. It's off the board.
Okay, well, seeing that guy fall, I guess. Okay, so I can make a charge at people.
You want me to grab the rules for that?
Yeah, I'm not so worried about doing damage. Can I charge through them and move this way?
Let's see.
'Cause I think you'd take opportunity attacks for that, eh? But if I'm making an attack,
Well,
by
no
moving-
opportunity attacks in this system.
No,
Just if they decide to off-turn attack you as you roll.
I see.
Yep, so you
Fine.
still can't, like, move
Damage
through
you do to
people's
me.
squares.
Okay.
You would just have the damage bonus when you gore.
Does gore knock people back?
It does not.
Ah, okay. Then I will. Man, I guess I'll do a. Can I do a burst that'll hit both of those guys?
Yep, they're within an area that you could probably cake.
I'm gonna cake it in
You could-
ice.
Ice?
Cold.
Cold, yeah. Frostelicus.
Yeah. Although they live in the cold, what am I thinking? Oh, well, cold it is. Okay. Huzzah! That's a good fucking roll. 20.
20, what kind of damage?
Cold.
It doesn't seem as effective as you thought it would be. It doesn't slow them down at all.
I would like to also make a burst in the same spot, but with fire.
Go for it.
5.
There's a hissing noise. You feel like you dealt about the same amount of damage.
Well, I'm gonna take an off turn and try again with fire. Man,
Alright, go for it.
good thinking, Vesta.
Burn them.
Let me. 10.
That wasn't very good.
Hey, shut up. I'm doing my best here. I got 3 people on my back.
This time there's a loud sizzling, just like before. You see that there's all sorts of tiny little cilia coming off of their carapaces that seem to almost shrivel when the fire hits them.
I'm taking another fucking fire attack at him then.
Do it.
Ah! No! It's 12.
12?
Yeah.
Alright, still not bad. That one actually feels like one of your better hits so far.
Ooh. And then I'm using my movement to move back 8 squares.
Like,
I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
if you're moving back 8 squares, can you just move the rest of the map forward 8 squares? Appreciated. Alright, and is that everyone's turns?
When Leland retreats, everyone else advances.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, they snap back and charge in towards Vesta.
Do it.
How far does my chain reach? Just 1 or 2 tiles?
I'll double check that real quick as I roll those attacks.
I remember whips only reached 1 tile.
Mm.
But you could get, like, fancy weapons. If you have 3 martial, that would increase it. But I don't know if that's in the new rules or not.
Yeah. It's so handy having a
And when I
rule
say I
book.
don't know if the new rules or not, I say I know for sure they're not in the new rules, and I really wish they were.
Let's see. Okay, so it's two-handed reach when thrown, so just 2 squares.
Okay. Darn it. It's just out of my reach.
So one of them tries to attack you for 24.
That hits.
Oh no!
The other one tries to grab you.
Oh fuck! Vesta, no!
I think you fucked up. Like,
I have 3 wounded people on me.
Drop them!
You take a full turn, just okay. You get off my back. You get off my back. No.
Would a 20 hit?
Do the fucking horse butt.
yeah, anything above an 8
Dying.
hits.
Okay, so then it isn't
matter.
damage, it just grapples you.
Okay.
We don't know what's gonna kill
At which
these
point,
people.
it's number
One
3
dude
that does
lost
the
his arm.
grapple.
He still says howdy. How you doing?
We came out here on a mission to rescue these people. That's what I'm working towards.
All right.
Starts pulling you that way.
So which one is actually grappling her? Number 3.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'll go and just 1 and 2, and I'm gonna chain whip them. I'm gonna chain them up. Grab them.
All right. Go for it.
Wait, if you grab him and he's holding Vesta.
Fire does a lot of damage.
Good, noted. I'm also not gonna burn my sister.
All right, so you're
what
attacking
is-
with the chain?
Yes.
So that'd
Is
be
it a
weapon.
Cool. Solid. That's 7, that's 10,
Finally,
that's
a good
6,
roll.
that's 20.
20. All right. Make a delicate roll.
Oh, fuck.
2.
Nice.
You take 20.
I forgot that we did that.
I'm not in good shape here, guys.
Seeing that I'm an idiot, I'm gonna walk up and I'm going to try and grapple him instead.
Yeah, go for it. That's a weapon roll.
But it's not a weapon roll that deals damage. I want to get that on camera, so that's a 6. That's a 1.
Oof.
That's another 1.
Oof.
And a third 1. And can I get a Batman symbol on this?
Oh my god.
But with your bonus, is it more than a 10?
It's a 13.
All right. You managed to grab onto this thing's arms as you're trying to pull it off. With your combined efforts, you managed to pull this thing off, and you are freed from its grasp.
Awesome.
Sorry, Mazda.
I'm gonna boom, boom, boom.
Fucking leaving me?
Well, no, I'm not gonna run that far, but I'm gonna run pretty far and then do a fire blast to attack numero 1.
Everyone's just leaving me.
As you
I
move
have
to
dead
fire
bodies.
blast it, it is still in range, but it moves to try and flank Salus.
Okay. I switch my fire blast to Cave Dweller 3.
All right.
Thanks. 4.
4.
Man, guys.
Your flames sort of lick across this thing, and it's still definitely trying to avoid them. There's hissing noises, and there's little bits of cilia curling up.
Man, combat's not my thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw another knife at this boy.
Yeah, go for
Kind
it.
of swing, and then back through the back of his head.
For number 1 or 3?
For number 1.
All right.
I don't get to roll that many dice.
No, this isn't old. This isn't old Bloodwine. Where you just had 20 die.
Alright, roll 20 die for...
It's trying to dodge out of the way.
16.
16. That you connect.
Whew. I feel like he probably dodged the first one and went past, and then he thought he was safe, and it came back around and smacked him in the back of the head.
Oh, assuredly.
Whew. Gotta think these things through.
All right. And
That's what we've been doing thus far.
That's what I've been doing this whole time. I don't know what you guys are doing.
I'm pretty sure you've been galloping.
Because that's the wisest decision here.
Does anybody do you have a torch?
I have a hand.
I know, but like a torch.
so these things flanking you are trying to attack you.
Can I grace the other guy into him?
Reversal him?
No, not because I'm grabbing him.
Oh yeah, right. Use him as a human shield?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that'd be my grace versus his stuff, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking.
Wow.
You just have to beat a 9.
12. Thank God.
Yep.
You keep rolling really bad.
Yep, you throw this thing in the way of the first one that's trying to lunge at you.
God, it's been enough. The perfect descriptor of how I've been rolling. Enough.
Just barely.
That'd be...
Yeah. Nope.
Alright, that thing isn't looking good. The one that's grappling onto you is trying to grasp at you while it's in close quarters.
Time to get reversed again.
It's just attacking you now with its claws
Oh, okay.
for 17 damage.
I take 17.
At this point, this thing bolts off towards one of the cracks. Skitter, skitter, skitter.
What a bitch.
What a fucking bitch. I'm going to ignite my hand. The hand that is holding on to this dude.
Alright, let's do it.
Magic times. Oh.
Wow,
nice.
a good roll.
Actually a good roll. That's 17.
17. How do you want to do this?
I want the mycelia that's surrounding him to all ignite at the same time and shrivel up like an inferno.
All right, as you're in close quarters with this thing, you grasp onto it and you just chuckle as your whole body briefly wreathes in flame. The flame ripples over it, and there's a smell as this thing is singed from head to toe. It shrieks, and you feel it violently convulse before it sort of shrivels up and stops moving.
Man.
Edginess accomplished.
The last one
Man.
keeps watching from the corner there in the crevice, but doesn't seem to be getting closer.
There's still a blade in him, from me. Can I twist the knife?
You might want to try retrieving it instead.
Well, I like twist it and then and then pull it back to me because I need that fucking knife back.
I think that's mine, isn't it?
No, yours should be in the first one.
Cool.
So when I'm not about to hit you, I don't roll super great. 14.
Hey, I hit Vesta with a 20, so...
There's a hiss as out of the crevice your dagger comes flying towards you. You catch it in midair, and you see that this thing creeps away down further into the darkness.
I retrieve my knife wherever it may be.
Yeah, I get the rest of mine.
I'm going to tie up the one cave dweller and sort of drag it back to the camp with us. Like, I'm just gonna wrap it in my chain and just drag it.
Okay, I'm galloping full tilt back towards the village. Like, we have dead bodies here that are also alive.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
head back.
not feeling too good. You might be in pristine condition right now.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
But
you guys
I'm quite-
talk on the way back to the village. When I come back, you guys reach the village.
Okay.
I am quite very much in pain at the present moment.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling, man, we did it. We went, we got him, we're back. We're feeling good.
I'm not feeling too good. This is a mite bit of pain.
What health are you at right now?
54 or 53.
40.
Nice.
Gabe, at full health.
Yeah, Gabe, full health, out the way.
70 from those onslaught.
You tired yourself out. You tired yourself out. Actually, no, I off-turned attacked. So I'm actually at 43. So yeah, we're in the same health range.
Oof.
I actually dropped down into the hurt health range. I forgot that off-turns do that.
Oof.
Yeah. That's pain and misery.
Look at that. We set it on something to do. We did it. We did it.
We did it.
We tried. We
Here we
succeeded.
We did, in fact, do it. And then I'm going to hoist up the cave dweller and, like, grab it by its mouth and go, "You did it."
Woo!
Yay. Sorry, you stabbed you and clawed at you and all that stuff.
I'm gonna pat him on the head. No worries, friend. That was the most fun I've had in a long time. Ah, fuck!
So, how much health did you guys say you were at?
43.
43?
40.
70.
40 and 70. Alright, you could use, like, a good nap and a solid meal. You guys, however, are starting to make your way back when?
Oh no.
Fuck.
Just gotta get some more water. We all gonna die.
Get me water.
Oh, you don't have a cup.
I don't know. Cup.
Cups are above the sink. Switch back to this cam.
Here we are.
Yes, the us cam.
The us. You can see our beautiful faces.
Yep. Beautiful faces in a horrible amount of pain.
Who wants to take the first damage?
I'll do it.
Me.
I'll take it. Like I'm
I
excited.
know,
you're
it's
fine.
between us.
Oh,
I'll take it.
Alright, that's... you take 6 damage, and you take 12.
I tried to do the nice thing. Get my best.
As you guys are walking back, you notice... You're tired, but both of you guys notice that you're actively bleeding.
oh fuck. Oh god. Here, let me doctor that up for you.
Do you actually
We're
have
almost
points in
back.
doctor?
I have points in doctoring.
Oh.
I do. Do you think you guys can make it back?
How
We think-
close are we?
You're about 2/3 of the way to the village.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, I'm doing a real quick patch up here. One for you, and one for you, and that's +3.
So I'm at 10.
You're at 10. You're at 11.
All right, so I'm up to 47.
Okay.
All right, subtract this bleed damage from the amount you just healed. So, like, it's basically a threshold against bleed, and then you take it.
Yeah.
But, like, instead of just taking it all. Yours is 11 minus... What did you roll?
10.
10.
10. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you take 1 damage. Yours is 11 minus 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, your bandages hold.
Cool.
You're most of the way towards the village. You can see some of the lights up ahead. It's not very well lit. It is late at night at the tiny hamlet.
We're heading to the doctors.
Yeah.
All right, you make your way into the doctors as you're taking 12, and you're taking 11.
What's the doctor's name?
This doctor, oddly enough, is also named Leland.
Leland! Leland!
There's a shuffling from upstairs as he makes his way down. The door is barred. I mean, you guys know better than to leave your doors unbarred at night around here. There's all sorts of nonsense like the shit you just fought as it happens.
We got 3 dead and 2 wounded.
There's a rattling at the door as you're making your way past until finally you hear the sound of a bar being lifted. A confused doctor in sleeping clothes sort of looks bewildered and then shocked as you guys are definitely hurt. He doesn't have enough beds, and so he orders you, the only one really who doesn't need a ton of assistance, to try and gather as much hay as possible to make makeshift other beds.
Man, I'm going. I'm going.
The ones that are down take priority. The 2 of you guys are laid on the floor.
Okay. Cool.
The doctor asks if you'd rather take care of the ones that are possibly downed and check on them, or if you want to take care of your allies.
I got my allies. I need the medical expert on these boys.
No, get in their heads.
The doctor starts getting to work on 2 of the bodies that you brought in.
All right, I'm doctoring you, I guess.
Me!
Yeah, she's lower.
Oh, are you lower?
I'm at 28!
Oh God! Okay,
I'm at 24.
Oh!
Okay, I'm doctoring you first. Doctoring. Yeah.
Keep doctoring.
That's a 8.
Okay.
Nice.
Shit. Fuck.
Wow.
6.
You're bad at this.
Shut up.
They're throwing the bandages at us.
I'm going fast. I'm going as fast as I can. There's a lot going on right now.
All right. If you're still below 50,
Oh, yeah.
then that's another 11 minus 8, so 3. And hold on before you keep rolling. And then you've got... That'd be 9 minus...
3.
Wow. Okay.
Right. At this point, the doctor takes a look at one of the remaining bodies to stabilize and picks one of you to focus on, allowing you to roll double for one of the 2 targets.
Ooh. Man, it's you. You're lower.
I bat your hand and go, that's the first.
That's the best stuff.
All right, the doctor turns to you.
Okay, that's a 18 plus
You're up
3,
23.
21.
Oh, nice.
Are you guys at 50 or above?
52.
Nope. I'm close.
Go get some hay. Get some hay.
I literally am still like dying right now.
All right. So the blood doesn't seep through your bandages. You're still holding strong. And how much are you below 50 by?
Let's see. I need 6 more.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't take long for you to be stabilized up to 50.
Okay.
Once you guys are good enough, the doctor starts to take a look at the other ones nearby. He doesn't seem to recognize who they are, But now that you're actually somewhere that's decently lit and you're not just carrying like slumped dark figures, you get a better look at who these people are. They look like hunters. Interestingly, they don't seem to have any like deep gashes or bruises or anything. They just look like they've seen hell. They're haggard, they're gaunt, they're cold to the touch.
They're not skeletons.
No. These ones you feel have a very weak pulse.
I'm gonna go to the other room where the guy was. The first guy? You were telling
It's
me?
all like you guys are all in the like lower
Okay.
room. Like it's just a room and then upstairs a room.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go over to his bed and say, "Hey, bud, don't worry, we got him." I don't know if he can hear me or not, but I'm telling
Doesn't
him
seem to
anyway.
respond.
Well, at least he knows now. He can rest easy.
If he can.
He's listen.
Doesn't have like any body left.
He'll grow it back.
I
Get
don't know
better.
if you can.
The veterinarian seems
Fucking Black Knight from Monty Python. It'll get better. It's fine. It'll grow back.
the veterinarian is baffled. Where do you guys keep finding these injured? What happened?
That guy told us.
Yeah, that guy told us to go find 3 more, so we went and found 3 more, but then it turns out there were cave crawlers.
Oh, there's so many cave crawlers. I threw a knife into one of them, and he dodged, and I hit him in the back of the head.
Well, it looks like you guys are all right now, and you managed to get them out. So I'm glad you're here. I wouldn't leave. I would say stay the night here if you can.
Okay.
I'm not moving.
If you guys want to get some rest, I've had enough sleep. I can make sure these guys are all right.
Perfect.
Okay.
I fall asleep.
That leads to the question: how does a goat man? Does he sleep standing up? Does he?
Both of your legs kind of like horses or cows. You just kind of like, whoop.
Okay.
Just fold.
So my legs fold down, and I just lean back onto my horse body and curl up my arms. Sleep like that, I guess.
Or against a wall.
Or just flop over sideways. But
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, you can flop over sideways. It's cozy enough. Before too long, dawn comes. None of you dream.
oh,
You guys all heal. Let me just double check that. What a convenient time to go through all of our
Yeah,
fun
going
old
through
rules.
all the rules.
Okay, you guys were in heat, you were sheltered, you were comfortable, and you were safe, so that's all 4. Which means
46.
all of you guys, so from sleep, you'd heal 13. Leland heals 12.
Okay.
And Vesta, it looks like she heals 8.
Oh man, I'm only at 82 health.
Man.
So dawn comes and you guys... Actually, let's see who's first to awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4. You're the first one to awaken. Your companions are still outside, or sorry, not still outside. They're still asleep. You see that all of the hunters and the one body that you found first are lying there nearby. There's a number of old bandages. There's buckets and stuff by the door. Some of them seem to have been emptied. Some of them not so much. The doctor is in a chair, just sort of like slumped in a wall next to the furthest one. Passed out cold, deeper than anyone else here.
Okay, can I pick up the doctor and bring him upstairs to his bed?
Yeah, he sort of grumbles. And,
You did good, Doc.
You did good, Doc.
You
You
drag-
did real good.
you drag him up and bring him to bed.
Does he have a wife?
No, single man.
All right, I tuck him into bed and go back downstairs to check on the. Give him a little kiss,
Give
lips
him
on
a
the
little
forehead, my goat lips, and I.
Barbara.
I go downstairs and I check on the.
Is
the
there,
guys.
is there a Barbara in the village?
Oddly, no.
And that's when you notice a magazine in the corner.
Anyway, come back downstairs.
Yeah, I'm coming back downstairs and I'm checking on the hunter guys.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. You awaken as you see Leland coming down the sharp stairs and taking a look. So there's the body you found yesterday, and then Hunter.
All right.
I draw an X between two of the hunters.
Wow. What a shitty anime reference.
No, I'm checking for a pulse, I guess. Are they awake? Are they...
Which one first?
First hunter.
Body, Hunter.
Body hunter.
Body.
So like this one?
Yes.
You move over to check. Cold.
Shit. Let's check the next one.
Warm. Pulse is better than yesterday.
Okay, checking on the third one.
Warm. Pulse better than yesterday.
I'm checking on the body.
Body seems to have regained some flesh. Seems to be rebuilding itself.
Man.
You notice that the ligament where the arm was replaced is starting to replenish itself and like knit back on.
Can humans do that?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
Cause like...
You're pretty damn sure humans can't do that. You're pretty sure nothing does that.
Okay. I'm gonna see if Body Man is awake. Hey.
While he's doing this, been doing the body stuff and all that stuff, I'm gonna wake Vesta up and make sure she's all right. Checking her bandages, all that good shit. Even though
You're woken up.
one doctor and 2 months.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, not dead.
Not dead, man. Love it.
I feel like that's an accomplishment after last night.
Yeah.
The guy that you prod, the body guy, just sort of raspingly, you hear like,
Hey. It's okay. We found your friends.
thank you.
What were they doing in there?
Sleep. He stops responding.
They were sleeping. Obviously.
I think he went to sleep. I think he's saying I want to sleep. It's a phrase we know all too well from Salas.
They were sleeping. Case closed.
I can't blame him. Gotta say, feeling a little bit slow today too. Feel like some sleep today would do me some good.
Maybe if you were a little faster last night, you wouldn't feel so bad. All we had to do was take the bodies to the village, but none of you came with me.
They would have chased us.
At this, I'm just going to light my hand on fire again and just be like,
Okay.
Don't you fucking do it.
As you guys are sort of reparteeing, there's a sudden like a clatter and the door opens at the doctor's. You see Albjorn looking sort of furtive. Oh, you guys are all right. Where'd you guys go last night?
Oh, man.
Point to the other beds.
Holy shit, 3 more?
Yeah, no, it was, man, we went down to the creek and there was a bunch of giant cave dweller things. We fought them and we killed them and we rescued people.
And you didn't invite me?
It was kind of a last minute thing. The dead body pointed at the creek, so we went.
Well, next time you do anything remotely interesting, please invite me.
Oh, man, deal.
Gotta say, could have used ya.
Looks like it. You guys don't look like you're doing too good.
Oh, he's fine.
I was the only one with any combat sense.
You don't
Run away with your tail between your legs.
So, man, I was fighting. I was shooting fireballs
From a
and throwing
distance?
knives. Yeah, from a distance where it's safe. You guys were like, oh, I'm gonna go up and grab the fucker. What's wrong with you?
We were already surrounded. What was I supposed to do?
Make a break for it?
They were faster than me.
Just, man.
Either way, we should get a late lunch or something.
Yeah, what time is it?
Once you look outside, it's real bright.
Ooh.
Looks like it's almost noon.
How's the bakery?
Oh man.
As
You
you look,
remember to turn
as you
off
look
the
off, like the road winds up, and there's a couple buildings, and you know yours. It's like the middle one.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely smoke rising out of that chimney.
Don't worry, he's got it.
Who's he?
The guy.
The guy?
The guy that gives her the orders.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are people that do it when I'm not there.
Is it black smoke or is it like chimney smoke?
Chimney smoke.
Okay. Bakery burns.
You guys notice that
fucking Aragon runs back, everything's on fire. Just like perfect, exactly what I wanted with my life right now.
you notice that creek that was winding its way around town is widening, and there's little offshoots that are making their way sort of like the side of the road, between buildings, snaking their way along backyards. They're all flowing downhill before they reach the road into what's looking now less like a creek and more like a small, tiny, meandering river.
Look at that. Things are melting.
Things are melting.
Let's get lunch.
Yeah.
This is just reminding me. This is a very like Pippin and Mary kind of situation. Like, well, that was an adventure. Time for third lunch.
Yeah. I'll catch you guys up. I'm going to the map room and just hypothetically seeing how long it would take to get to Farm Market.
Alright, so as you guys are heading off to try and find something to eat, you're taking a look at that map room and starting to calculate. You take a look at how long you know it takes to get some places, you know, how long Salas used to say it would take him to get to town, you extrapolate. Maybe 2 months tops.
Now, how long does summer last up here? Would 2 months be long enough to get there and then back before everything freezes over?
Summer's probably going to start maybe early October.
How long do we have before things freeze over is probably a more definite question. Because I don't know what month it is now.
Now it's like about the time it is in real life. It's late May.
Okay. Yes, we would have enough time to go down and back before everything freezes over and we can get back in.
Lots of time.
Lots of time.
Let's talk to the guys. See, wait for them to wake up. You know, chillax for a couple days.
As you guys are making your way looking around town, trying to find some food, word has traveled fast. People who are walking down, whenever they look at you, like you smile, you nod. They don't smile or nod, they just kind of look at you for a little bit and then keep walking. They seem to be talking in hushed tones as a distance.
Dicks, I say loudly.
I'm used to it. With the nickname Ratcatcher, everyone talked behind my back.
I mean, I guess my whole culture is kind of used to it, honestly. Like,
That's sad.
Oh yeah, that's
I
true.
feel like I don't really...
That's true.
Really-
I forgot that the goat people are basically demons.
Yeah. Man, all right. I guess this is what Mom and Dad were talking about.
I go get food and eat it.
Where?
Is there I'm feeling meat. Is there a butcher?
Yeah, there's a butcher in town.
I go to the butcher. Get some meat. You know, some like whatever's cheap.
Yep, you get in there and it looks like they've got some food ready. You're interested, actually. It looks like they've got some nice stuff, some sausage. They've got some North Run ox meat that they've got prepared, and
Sausage.
your stomach just goes, "Ugh," nope, the second that you see rabbit.
Sausage.
Oof.
We'll go sausage.
I'll go
The rabbits,
solidarity on
do
this.
they eat meat?
Hmm?
Do
You do.
Okay.
You're not like a rabbit. You're a different sort of creature, but
okay.
How long has it been since I last ate?
probably a week or so.
Okay, I'll get some sausage. It works out. I can line it up in a string and just kind of...
Oh God. Oh God, no. No. Don't say that. I don't like that at all.
Oh, you did the motion.
All right. The butcher kind of wants you guys to pay for this.
Yeah. How much is a I
Some
don't know,
sausage.
week's worth of meat stick going to cost me?
So a week's worth for you would be 3 silver, 5 copper or so. A meal for you guys is like 5 copper.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
I'll
pay for some meat.
Cool. Have some nice sausage.
Hey,
Everything on day.
what's
You
the-
deserve something nice.
What's the butcher's man's name?
This guy's Terry.
Hey, Terry. those knives still sharp?
Yeah, they're still sharp.
Okay. They get dull. You let me know.
Hey, yours get dull though, huh?
I mean, I don't let them.
You know.
What?
Never mind.
He means the fight. I say in.
There's-
they were very sharp. They
I say
cleave
in
right through
between
'em.
sausage links.
They cleave
Yeah,
right
I'm just
through
like
'em.
munching on these, like walking out the door all happy, munching on these sausages.
Man, you should have been there. It was crazy. There were people coming out of the cave left and right. I was throwing fireballs.
Are you eating all of it at once?
Yes.
Okay, so you regain 35 health, 5 and 5.
Looking a little bit better than I was yesterday. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling alive.
Let's go back to the doctor's place, see if they're awake yet.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you, Terry.
I'm almost at your health, Leland.
Yeah?
What are you at?
I'm 87.
Oh, I'm
There's-
actually higher than you now. I'm 98.
There's a crowd
I can't do
outside
this very often.
the doctors, and you see that, like, they almost sort of, like, surge out in direction for a little bit before some of them follow and then peter off. There's a couple of villagers who are dragging off one of the bodies wrapped in canvas.
That's probably the guy that died.
That's probably the dead
Oh,
one.
the dead guy, yeah.
The dead and cold. Yeah.
Hey, Leland, any good news?
I thought you were talking to yourself for a second.
You can't actually get past. There's a dense throng who are just trying to take a look at what's going on inside.
Can I gore through them?
Can I go towards the side of the building where we snuck in last night?
Yeah, you circle around through the side, and you see that here there are people gathered too, trying to peer, like, through the crack in the door or through the window.
Hey, I'm gonna go turn to the guy next to me. Hey, Frank, what's going on?
Frank turns to you and goes, Leland, and the crowd hushes for a second. They part ways to let you get to the front door.
Cool, let's go in.
I go in.
You get in, and the doctor, like, is, like, halfway through like, his phrase. He goes, I need rope, and then he turns back and goes, oh, it's you guys. Did you learn anything new?
No, we haven't.
Just went and got lunch. How are they doing?
Well, one of the guys didn't make it through the morning.
Yeah.
They're both looking pretty strong now.
Okay.
Are they talking?
Still no. 2 of them are out cold.
And then the thing?
It says words every now and again. It just seems to want rest. It says thanks a lot.
What a sweet guy.
That's sweet.
Very, very gracious. Very
Yeah.
gracious.
Well,
Well, I guess we hang out for a few days until they get better.
Monitor the situation.
Monitor the situation.
hey, that was a good one.
Well,
Get it? 'Cause it's a
The situation.
reptile, and there's a reptile called a monitor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did not get that.
There's a
Did
reptile
not
called a
get
Yeah.
you guys go about your business, catch up on work, and kill time throughout the days. Tomorrow comes, and another one is fallen cold. Gets taken out in canvas about midday. The last one remaining seems to be making a solid recovery. The body has continued to recover and is starting to get more and more fleshy. Seems to have some proper meat on its bones and has some degree of strength. Apparently, it's still having a lot of difficulty talking. It doesn't respond to sound and light well, but it's still able to, grasp things, move from standing to sitting with a lot of effort.
Have communication? Like, have we tried giving him a pen and pencil, or?
Pen and pencil seems to be almost more trouble than it's worth. That being said, once you guys get in there, he is actually awake. The doctor's taking a look at the other remaining one.
And then there were 2.
Hey, do you have a name that we can call you?
Sort of turns and goes towards not really you. What?
A name. Do you like I'm Leland.
Cree.
Cree.
He raises a shaky hand.
I shake it very gently.
Cree Celis.
Cree Celis. Is there anything else you can tell us what's going on here, Cree?
Don't know. Attacked. Dark.
What were you doing up in this area, Cree? It's pretty isolated up here.
Don't really know. Was important?
Do you know anything about a kind of a fat man with a mustache or an elf lady?
Friends?
Yeah, they seemed worried about you.
Maybe. Far Market. That's what was in Far Market. To get to Far Market.
Quite a distance away.
Yeah, that's a ways.
The two of the others. They died, yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Well, there's nothing you can do. You barely have lungs.
He sort of like moves his way back into being in the bed again.
Well, seems like that's all the information we're gonna get.
Yep. We can choose to monitor the situation, and I'm probably gonna start prepping for a trip.
Oh wait, are we going somewhere?
Well, if we leave now, we should be able to make it back before the pass freeze is over again.
Guys, why the fuck are we coming back? If we're leaving? Why ever fucking come back?
I mean, we have homes. We have jobs.
Mm.
I have home. I have job.
No one really has knives to sharpen.
Well,
You've made knives for everyone here. It's time to find new people that need knives.
I guess.
You know who needs knives? A market. A far market.
You raise a good point.
Either way, I'm sure we can take some time to think about it.
Yeah, like, we might as well wait till these guys wake up a little bit and figure out... Like, there's no reason to leave now. We don't know what we're looking for.
Fair.
Like, we get there and like,
But-
do you know, like, a skeleton guy? You know, he might have left a little while ago. And everybody's like, what?
You know a skeleton man? His name
Well-
is Cree.
Cree is getting better, stronger every day.
Exactly. Like, wait a couple days, see how he does.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I'm saying we prep for a trip back. Because he's gonna need help getting back. It'll be a while before he's able to actually, like, properly function. So I'm thinking that we bring him back to Far Market.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
And just not come back.
Iffy on the last part.
And then just stay there.
You don't even know if you like Far Market.
I like it better than that. You know where
Okay.
Far Market is? It's south. You know what's south? Heat.
Yeah, that's fair.
No slow days there. I can assure you.
I'm all for going on a little trip. Okay, but I'm
You're
not.
my favorite rocket ship.
What?
Nothing.
What the fuck is a rocket ship?
It's a joke.
I've never heard of this rocket ship.
What?
Another day passes. Little else happens throughout the day, and eventually you guys peter off into night, and morning comes. This time, you guys have had enough rest, so you wake up on time, and it's another work day.
Yeah, I'm going to work.
Have I healed?
Right, so from sleep, you would have healed 14?
Well, I'm at the ready threshold now.
Okay, so then you just plateau.
Yeah.
Leland, you would have healed 7,
Cool.
and Vesta would have healed 10.
Nice.
What are you at?
75.
Nice.
Next morning, I'm back up with my chain.
Yeah, you've got early morning rat catching work. This time, though, you're sent down to the tavern basement, but once you get down there, there's a couple of villagers who, like, wait at the stairs to watch you work.
That's really weird.
Just gonna close the cellar door.
Come on, we want to see.
See what?
You know, whatever it is you're doing to catch these rats.
You just kind of grab them.
Yeah, but, like, there's gotta be something special, right?
All right. And I'll, like, take out my chain. And when I find a rat, I'm gonna try and bop it on the head with the chain.
You are actually able to do that. You manage to stun a lot of them with the chain, and as you do that, the villagers don't ooh or ah or seem interested. If anything, they seem like a kind of disquieted, fascinated.
This is not... I was going for impressed, but okay.
You're at work, and you're there early. You get there like a few hours before everyone, and by the time everything's set up and they get in there, it looks like you guys have a thick stack of orders.
Wow. People want bread today.
You're working, and your coworkers go on lunch without telling you.
Dick move.
Dick move.
Dick move
I
on a
won't let
busy
that
day.
stop me, though. I'm positive, and I keep working.
Yeah, they actually don't come back for like a few hours. When they come back, they look at what you've done and they sort of chuckle and go, "Yeah, I guess you are pretty hardcore."
You're dicks.
They actually, when you go, "You're dicks," and with the finger thing, they kind of like jump a little.
I give
We
them
didn't-
some orders to like hand out.
They don't say anything. They don't talk to you a lot the rest of the shift. You are getting ready to go there and sharpen knives, and like 30 people are outside.
Oh, hello. Oh, got knives to sharpen?
What knives did you use to kill the things?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Well, I have this little beauty with a bone handle, and that's the one that I threw, and it went past the guy, and it came back and hit him in the back of the skull. Now, this guy here, I'm describing everything about these knives. Now, this guy here, he's a little carbon steel blend. He has a little more carbon than I would have liked in the steel, but, you know, it was strong enough for cutting through him, so I guess it was okay.
They're, as you're passing off the knives, everyone's taking a look, and you see them being passed from person to person.
Man, yeah, no, it was... Whew, wow. It was exhilarating, you know? So, yeah, you got knives to sharpen?
They're kind of dodging the question. They're still looking at your knives, though, and talking excitedly about them. They're making their way towards the back of the group.
So you don't have any knives to sharpen. You just
Want to look at your knives?
want to look at my knives. I mean, they're nice knives. Don't get me wrong. Like I worked hard on them, but
The crowd is starting to disperse.
okay.
Gotta
So
find
nobody.
Where are your knives?
Yeah, where are my knives?
You have 6 of them.
Where'd my 7th knife go? Damn it! Shit. Can I use ritual magic to quickly sense the direction of my knife?
Yeah, you think about your knife for a moment and you focus. You imagine it in your head and you feel almost like an empty, like airy warbling that pulls your hand and forms it into a finger. You open your eyes and you look. Your finger's pointing out the window, and at the edge of the village, there's a couple of smaller children that are huddled looking at something.
Hey, I go over and I'm like, hey, do you guys have my knife?
The second they see you, they drop it and run full tilt. They scream.
Thank you! I pick up a knife, I go
It's
back
not
to my
good to
shop.
drop knives.
Yeah, damage them. Hey, careful with that. It's a delicate piece of art. All right, I guess nobody has any knives to sharpen. I'm just kind of hanging around.
The workday ends and you guys regroup.
So, villagers are assholes.
I know, right?
The kids are little scamps.
Let's go check on the people.
You get inside and the loose body is moving less than before, seems weaker, less responsive. The other guy is kind of plateauing in terms of health. The doctor actually seems to have a mild cold.
Hey, Leland, you feeling okay?
No, yeah, just, stuck inside, end of spring, pollen.
Well, how are they doing?
Good question. He looks like he hasn't slept a lot at all. The,
You know what? You know what, buddy? You go lie down.
yeah.
We'll take care of them.
He climbs the stairs and goes up and has some sleep on the second floor.
Is the hunter awake?
Seems to be like sleeping, but not like as coma-y as before. Now seems to actually just be like rolled over and like snoring a little
I'm
bit.
gonna really gently kind of try and wake him up in the gentlest way possible.
Hey.
You awake?
Put your shoes on.
You awake?
Yeah.
Time to go to school.
Yeah. Where's Goldie and Sarah?
They didn't make it.
And Kree's here, yeah.
Yeah, Kree's here. Do you know what happened to you guys?
There's a box we left behind.
What's in the box?
I don't know, I can't remember a lot, but
Do
we
you-
had the box, and then we knew we had Kree, and I don't know.
Was there anything important in the box?
There was a note that said what it was.
We might have to go back. I mean, that'd be bad.
I'm not fully healed.
What are you at?
75.
Well, we can get what's his name? Our buddy. Our deadpan buddy.
Elbjorn?
Elbjorn.
Yeah. Well, do you remember anything about Far Market?
Hammerhold, not Far Market.
Hammerhold.
That's much closer.
But Kree was from Far Market.
Box is going to Hammerhold. And
How did you guys get all the way up here?
we were in a rush. It was really important. Solstice. The guy is clearly like spiraling and spiraling and spiraling. He looks like he's about to pass out.
Can I
Let him go to sleep.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, is there a way to like use ritual magic to kind of put him in a calming sleep?
Yeah, you can just kind of like shh, and then tunk, and then it'll just.
Yeah, so that's what I do to then.
All right.
All right. Gonna go see Kree.
Yeah, Kree's the next bed over.
Hey, Kree, we're gonna go get that box. Is there anything we should know?
Box. Artifact was something I don't remember. I'm too weak. I need more.
More sleep?
He's out.
Okay, so
Box.
box tomorrow.
Well, what time is it right now?
Now, you guys have finished your workday, so it's like late afternoon.
How long would it take us to get up there?
The doctor just went to
An hour or two?
I say we go now. That box is important. We want to go while it's daylight.
We need someone to watch these people. We need the doctor to look after them.
I agree.
And not to mention, I am kind of worried about the doctor.
Yeah. I think we should go in the morning.
These people are not natural. How do we know that they aren't doing something to him?
You guys see... Nobody else seems to see it. It's at an abandoned part of the village, but there's a wolf. It's not like holding anything, it's just a lone wolf that runs out of the village, out into the crags.
I think we should follow that wolf. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. I have this feeling.
Last time we followed him, we got attacked. Or last time we followed an animal, we got told to go someplace where we got attacked.
Yeah, but we won. We beat them. We rescued this
I'm
guy.
not fully healed.
I mean, I'm not either.
I'm saying another good night's sleep, maybe another meal. We head out. We get Elburn in on this.
You're right. I'm being crazy.
And
You're
we're
right.
all good.
You're right. I don't know what came over me.
All right. So, Leland, go get Elburn. Inform him of what we're gonna do tomorrow. Make sure he doesn't have any plans.
All right.
Because
All
I'm
right.
sure in this town he's got so many things to do.
He's so busy.
Yeah. Okay.
Vesta, relax. I'm gonna go prepare for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go get I'll go get him.
I'm
And
gonna
I'll
go
walk out to go get him.
have a bath.
A day passes.
Oh, but wait. While I go to get him, I actually go out to where the wolf was, and not go into the crags, but just just explore around the area before I go get him.
There's paw marks, like there's enough snow still left there that you can see where the wolf went. It seems to have circled through the wilds a little bit, but it's heading up the same direction where that fight was.
Okay. And then I go get what's his name? All Might?
Elburn.
Elburn.
I want him to be All Might now.
Elburn.
Over.
Elbjorn's in.
All right.
Cool. Go to bed.
Yeah.
Sleep.
I'm sleeping in the medic tent or building or whatever, just so I can keep an eye on things.
Sleep in my own bed.
I'm also staying in the medic tent and doing some more whip practice. Like, while the sun is setting.
You're not using your dead friends, are you?
You know those bodies that they took out? Yeah! Look at I can toss this one's arm in the air. Wah!
Night eventually falls. You guys go to bed in the doctor's house, and he seems glad to have the help. He's so tired. Elbjorn offers to stay with you since he's got his dander up. He thinks this is very suspicious, but he can't put his finger on why.
Can I detect if the doctor's fatigue is anything magical or if he's just overworking himself?
Roll ritual.
5.
Can I help out with that roll?
Yeah?
Man, that's not a very great roll. That's
that's a
that's
pretty.
9 plus 5 is 14.
14. Doesn't seem to be like sleepy. If anything, you notice that like his pupils aren't responding properly. His eyes are a little bloodshot. When you go to like touch his arms and he doesn't respond quickly. It's fur, but when you move the fur aside, it's kind of the wrong color, almost grayish when it should be pale.
Can I roll doctor to see if this is part of his, like, a sickness that I would recognize?
Go for it.
Man, taking that first aid training in summer camp really paid off. 12.
12. Yeah, he's not tired. He's anemic.
Oh God.
Dude needs more meat. Get this man some meat.
Yeah, he needs more iron, my dude.
Is he a vegetarian?
You do notice that there's a lot of vegetables around and pickled stores and stuff like that. Not a lot of meat in here.
Yeah, let's get this man some fucking meat.
Yeah. Is the market closed down?
This is... By now, you guys will probably be either like late night, in which it's closed down, or early morning, in which it'll open soon.
Okay. Yeah, just go get meat whenever it opens.
Let's invest out to get some meat.
Yeah, Vesta. Go and get it.
Okay.
When dawn comes, the doctor seems better. The man in the bandages seems a bit better. The remaining hunter seems to be losing some of his health. He's weakening more and more. He doesn't seem to be able to focus.
Maybe he needs more meat.
I'm gonna let the doctor in on that he seemed really anemic last night, and if he's been getting enough iron.
I don't have anemia. I've been keeping an eye on myself. Thank you, though. I know I saw you working. I'm not going to discount your opinion. And you know you're of that sort. You've got things that you know that I don't.
Well, let's go get that fucking box.
Putting it away.
He looks at you like, actually now the three of you, since you're all there, and with Elbjorn. Is our village going to be okay?
Who knows?
You'll solve this, right?
Hopefully.
So far
Yeah,
as,
no, I'll do my best. And I kind of give him like put a hand on his shoulder.
so
We'll do our best.
I dragged a body back.
Mm-hmm.
Where has this body been for the last little while?
The bodies that were taken that you guys like
Like one of the crag dwelling bodies I dragged back.
those ones, they've just been sitting out there. They haven't really decayed much because it's outdoors, it's cold, it's like still spring, but like they're not moving, they're clearly dead.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of wave to them and just be like, so far as we know, it was whatever those things are, and they seem to not want to leave the crag.
So then we have to tell people not to go to the crag.
That's worst case.
Okay. I'll warn people.
Yeah. And
All right, gang, let's go to the crags.
How much did I get for sleeping last night?
yeah, and how much did I get for training?
For training, roll your weapon. Are you above your Are you above your ready threshold?
No.
Okay. So then, through the night, you'd heal 12.
Awesome.
Through the night, Vesta heals 15.
That was almost really good. I rolled 2 6s and 2 1s.
Perfect average.
Gotta
Bimodal.
love that curve.
Sometimes things just
So
work.
that's an 18
18, all right.
with my +4. Wait.
So when are you guys heading out to the crags?
Right now.
You guys do have jobs.
Wait, yes.
Well, I mean, that box seemed pretty important. I'm sure they wouldn't. I mean, it's not like there was anyone.
Is there any rat catching work?
No?
Then I'm good.
Yeah.
If anything, when you go to check, the mayor is just kind of like, don't you gotta take care of the thing? Whatever's going wrong around here?
I mean, yeah, someone has to, I guess.
I
It
guess
could
that's
be.
us.
I guess it's. Guys,
Hey, let's
I guess it's us.
How much is it worth to continue investigating this?
Oh, virtue is its own reward. Let's go.
Well, of course we have an adventurer's dispensation. Well, if you want to talk to us when you're done this job, we could...
We'll discuss it later. We'll discuss it later. Just kind of give a wink. Yeah, we'll discuss this later.
Don't worry. Yeah.
I got 2 knives, 1 in each hand. I'm like, whew.
Okay, let's go up to the crags.
Yep, let's get
Oh my God.
Elbjorn and we're out.
All right, you guys travel bit by bit until you get back to the crags. During the daylight, those things are nowhere to be found. And you can see that past where there's that little pond near the source, there are wolf tracks that continue further.
Okay, follow them.
Yep.
Well, let's search around the pond, see if there's anything there.
Yeah, see if we
Then
can find the
continue.
box at all.
There's no box around here.
Okay.
Nothing that would even look like a box.
Okay, then continuing
On the
on.
wolf tracks.
The tracks continue up and down and around some corners and further from the village until you can't see it anymore. Tucked underneath a little overhang where there's a little bit of shelter from the snow, you see what was a box, but it looks to have been chewed through. There's a tiny shred of paper that's still embedded in some of the snow nearby, but otherwise nothing's there.
I'm scooping up the paper.
You see portions of a message.
What's it written in?
It seems to be written in trader tongue.
Oh.
Ring to hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Stis to prevent de.
Mm-hmm.
Gon's arrival.
Okay, so hammer would probably be hammerhold.
Hammerhold. Prevent death.
Yeah.
Did the wolf track stop here?
Take this.
From here, they seem to continue on further off into the distance.
Yeah.
What did it look like? A wolf chewed the box?
Mm-hmm.
As we follow the wolf.
Yeah, we gotta find whatever was in the box.
All right.
The wolf ate it.
I'm gonna grab the chewed box anyway, just to bring it along.
The tracks continue off a decent ways until eventually they head off to where there's a bunch of other wolf tracks that get in. From here, you see off, it like goes into a large flat, like snow-covered valley between some of the mountains. And here you see that there's like a bunch of caribou tracks and wolves hunting, and then this one wolf seems to have just taken a 90-degree turn and grabbed the rest of the wolves. Like a sharp 90-degree turn.
We followed the sharp 90-degree turn.
From here, you go off a distance before you see what looks like a basically entirely devoured deer carcass. 2 of them, in fact. A little bit further on, and the prints are muddied. Now there's a pack of wolves, but once they get into the crags, the tracks get harder and harder to follow. And it's getting a little bit later in the day, early afternoon.
Now, if I was a wolf that had a magical artifact, go.
To the wolf cave?
Yeah, I was gonna say to the den. I wouldn't really have any sort of knowing of the area, I don't think. Like, is there a common wolf den? Do, like, hunters go like, oh yeah, you gotta go to this area for...
At this point, you guys have already gone into what's considered like the hunting ranges. Here, you go outside of town and you almost start to intersect like the tundra nomad paths.
Ooh, fun. I'd say we press onward.
Yeah.
Hoist
We,
up
we,
my
we,
pack.
we promised Leland. We promised the mayor. I think we have to at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna hoist up my pack and keep walking.
Yeah.
What's this? I think it might be dried blood. What do you think?
Check it out.
Elbjorn shows you guys the box, and at the base of it, you see that there is kind of a patch of like dried red and something, and there's divots where it hasn't stained.
I really hope there wasn't a phylactery in this box.
A what?
Like a little bit of blood.
Oh.
Like a container
Oh.
of blood.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Well, I mean,
Could be from the
could
guys.
be from the guys. Could be maybe the wolf chewed it and then cut his mouth a bit.
Yeah. Can't really identify species blood, can we?
No,
No.
I can't. I mean, I could scribe it.
You could actually scry it to see the owner, couldn't you?
Probably, I would imagine. Yeah, I
Let's
guess.
do that.
Can I take my glasses, and there's a reflection there, and take a little bit of blood in my hand and kind of like, on the fly, sort of just try to scry a little bit?
Yeah, you blended and blended and blended in. Roll ritual with +10. Blood's powerful.
26.
You keep rubbing until the blood seems to crust and fade away, but you feel it still there in the glasses. They seem to shimmer with an odd light. You gotta put them back on, and for a second you see through different eyes. You're looking up, and you see a ceiling? A weirdly familiar one, but you can't tell a lot of ceilings apart at a glance.
Is it the
You see
doctors?
a figure walking past. Turning your head slightly, you see... Yeah, that's other Leland, Dr. Leland, taking care of the other sailor. The vision winks out.
This is Kree's blood.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's Kree's blood, or the other hunter's blood.
Alright, so that's one mystery solved on that one.
You notice that the marks on the bottom where all the blood patches were in the chest, they're perfectly symmetrical along the midline.
Perfectly symmetrical on the midline.
There's more than one patch of blood.
It's like one patch of blood inside the chest, but then inside of it there's bits where the blood didn't stain.
Oh, and those are mirrored?
Yeah.
So we would have bled on whatever this is, probably attracted the wolves. Yeah, we need to find that wolf. Need to find that fucking wolf.
Yeah, or something was covering the part of the box that the blood didn't stain.
Yeah, like the object or whatever.
I feel it was the object. Is there a discernible pattern to it? Like, perhaps 4 posts holding up something? Or is it more like a Rorschach pattern? Or
You're trying to identify the pattern. It looks maybe biological of some sort. It doesn't seem to be artificially put in place. It doesn't seem to be a manufactured object.
Okay, let's press on, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
It starts to get later. Elbjorn remarks that you guys should turn back before it gets too dark, but you guys can probably get a bit further. The wolf tracks seem to peter off more and more sparsely, if somebody wants to make a science roll.
Anyone have good science?
Nope.
I have mental 3. Here I go. Great. 5.
5.
Yeah, you guys lose track of these prints. They blend together and then they blend into where stones and divots are until eventually you realize you're just looking at your own footprints again.
Is there a closer town around here? Or village?
The next village would be on the other side of the freeze that cuts you off.
Fair enough.
Okay, let's just head back
Yeah, we'll head back.
with the box. Blood.
The blood box.
The blood box.
The blood box. Maybe it'll jog his memory.
It's late. By the time people should be getting home and preparing dinner when you guys get back to town, and everyone is waiting outside the town hall.
Okay.
They make an opening for you guys to get through the doors.
Looks like we're going to town hall.
Their eyes are just piercing into you, observing everything. There's hushed tones as people are talking.
Would there be hunters, normal hunters, people have that as their profession in this town? Okay. In that case, I'm going to walk up with my amazing one social. I'm going to grab the box that I think Elbjorn has, and I'm going to hold it above my head and just be like, we have found this at the scene. It appears that whatever was inside it was destined for Hammerhold, but was carried off by wolves. And then just motion for any hunters to just be like, where are, we're in the town hall, so there's the map, right?
Yeah.
Just motion to roughly where we lost sight of the tracks and just be like, where is there a wolf den around here?
They point to different locations. It seems that this is actually unusually close to the town for wolves. All the dens are a decent bit further away. Almost a day away, at least.
Well, that would be some adventuring.
If only there were some adventurers around here.
Yeah, if only. Yeah. So in that case, it's just, at this point in time, don't go near the crags.
Inside the town hall is the mayor and the doctor, who are sort of waiting for you guys.
Go up to them.
What's the mayor's name?
You guys just call him Mr. Mayor. His name's Bill, but nobody really calls him that.
Oleland, Mr. Mayor. What's the situation?
They look at you almost confused.
Anything changed with the patients?
Yeah.
Nothing since this morning.
Okay.
What's going on?
We were gonna ask you. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the exact same thing that I said to the hunters and just be like, so far as we know, don't send people towards the crags, especially not at night. It appears that the creatures don't come out during the day. There also appears to be some wolves a lot closer than usual.
The mayor is listening, but the doctor isn't. He's noticing the patch inside of the chest. He seems curious about it, but isn't saying anything.
Have you ever seen anything like this, Doctor?
Maybe. Hold on. Let me just run to the clinic. He runs off and then doesn't come back for like 2 minutes.
So, Mr. Mayor,
Awkward moment.
got any knives need sharpening?
The mayor just kind of awkwardly stands there and like doesn't make conversation. The door clatters open and the doctor's there. Last hunter's gone.
I'm just gonna tell the mayor, just like, we need to warn people not to go near the crags at night. There also appears to be wolves, but they might have just been brought in by the blood.
The mayor nods. He goes, I'll tell the people if you want to go and see what happened to that hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
The mayor makes an address, but he isn't able to get control of the crowds until you guys go inside. They're just staring at you. Once you're in there, the doctor looks through a book.
I flip off the town before going in.
There's a few people who actually seem scared of you now.
Man. Okay.
Okay, continue. He flips through a book.
He's going there for a second, and then he goes and he double checks it and goes, yes. He shows you guys a page. It seems like it's the base impression of a human skull.
Huh.
Creepy. Very
Skull is missing.
creepy.
Wow.
Gross.
Whose fucking skull is that?
An excellent question. Now there's a wolf gnawing on it.
I should take care of this last hunter.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor starts preparing the body to be taken out.
Do you know what killed him? Was it like he seemed to be getting better?
Sometimes it's just out of our hands. People get worse.
Okay.
Well, here we are. Looks like we're gonna have to make like a day trip to the.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a proper trip.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all for an expedition. Have we like the wolves' den?
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be more than a couple.
You'd think, yes. Well, not necessarily, because it did separate from the rest of its group.
True. Okay. No, I hear you.
Well, we tried scrying the blood. Do you have to have something to scry it?
It helps for sure.
But do you have to?
You have to. You don't have to, but it certainly helps. Like, you want me to scry just the wolf itself, or the skull?
Yeah, we could try them. The wolf, maybe?
All right. I'll give it a try.
Focus real on these bite marks. Real hard.
Okay.
Bite marks.
Okay. Let's see. We're gonna need some candles. We're gonna have to do the right, because this is like, man, this is nothing. This is like, okay. So I'm gonna go grab a bowl, and fill that with water, and probably can find some salt for like cleaning up wounds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And is there any candles around?
Yeah, there's a number of candles.
Okay, I'm gonna light some candles, and I guess some
Just to set the mood.
to set the mood. And I'm gonna have the bite marks from the box. And I'll just kind of scry the box, see if I can learn what happened to its contents.
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh. It's 12.
12. You feel you could go a few different directions. You'd have to make another roll to solidify, but there's something strong and nearby, and there's a great number of distant things.
I'm relaying this to my colleagues here.
Strong and nearby.
Strong and nearby.
Okay, strong and nearby. That's where I'm going. Oh yeah. Even worse roll. 11.
Actually, it's the exact same roll.
Is it? Oh no, you're right. It is. So yeah, that's a 12.
Yep, you managed to keep the bowl at least somewhat stable. You've shifted. You see a familiar roof and... Wait, is that Vesta's bag? Yeah, you get a better look at this, and then there's like a loud ringing, and your ears hurt for a second, and you look over, and there's the body. And then if you look at the body's head and where it's pointing, there's Vesta's bag right off to the side.
Does it look like human teeth marks?
It does not.
Did he put the skull in his head? Is it his skull?
I thought you were focusing on the wolf.
I thought so too.
What do you mean it's his skull?
All I'm picking up is Kree.
Okay.
I'm trying. It just keeps coming back to him.
What the fuck is going on?
All right, I'm gonna wake Kree and just kind of where's
Okay,
the
wait.
skull?
No. I stop him. I want to roll a convince.
Mm-hmm.
I want to roll a convince and be real nice about it. Be like, hey, Kree, is that your skull or is that someone else's skull? Okay.
Now, Kree, I know this sounds fucking wild.
Go for it.
Sounds real crazy here.
But like,
is that actually your skull?
okay. 16.
16. Skull. Yes, my curse. You found me, but the hunters found me worse, and yes, the hunters saved me. Yes, I was the skull.
The skull has grown into a body.
So what do the wolves have if you're the skull?
So,
Perhaps the wolves don't have any.
yeah.
Perhaps the wolves have something else that was in there. Or whatever else was in the box.
So, why was your skull in a box?
It was all that was left.
What happened to your original body?
I think I might find out if I can get to Farm Market.
Not Farm Market.
Who cursed you?
Hammerhole.
I don't know.
Do you know why they were taking you to Hammerhold?
I don't know. I kept saying Farm Market, but I couldn't speak. For some reason, they kept saying they were bringing me to Hammerhold.
Do you have that paper?
I do. I show him the paper.
I show him the paper.
I go, here's the paper.
Here's the paper.
I've never seen that in my life.
Okay.
Are you sure it wasn't resting on top of your head in the chest?
Do you have, like, can you write it down what it says again? Or do you have something so, like, I can look at it? Like, physically IRL, I can look at it?
You have the shred of paper still.
Yes.
The ring to Hammerhold.
Bring to Hammerhold.
The solstice to prevent
Solstice to prevent probably death.
Gon's arrival.
Gone? Like Gone?
GON''S.
Can I try to know what that is?
Roll. Oh, what are the skills even?
Arcana, politics,
Um,
science.
Specialist.
I'm gonna say
Detective.
Really doesn't matter.
pick one to try and pick an angle.
I'm gonna go politics because that sounds old as shit. So that's like the history kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't matter because that's a 6.
6. The summer solstice is important to the Canis, and Hammerhold is a place of great power where they have a bank. Maybe that's where something would be brought if it was to be kept secure. Hammerhold's bank is one of the longest standing banks in the continent. Like, it's knowable.
So what would have happened to you if you were trapped as a head in a box? Would you grow and then get crushed by the box?
Just like that until I can heal. Forever.
Wow.
A mighty fine purse.
Okay, well, we got to get you to Farm Market.
Yes.
Or we gotta get him to Hammerhold.
When? Soon?
Well, you're in no condition to travel.
Yeah, you're like not even a full person yet.
Maybe I need time to think.
Okay. Cool. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
And all of the hunters are dead. So
Yes.
we can't
Yeah.
ask for their opinion.
can I try and scry the many things far away?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm assuming they're wolves. But oh my.
Tonight's a night of bad rolls.
Yeah, 14.
It's the best scry roll he's had so far.
Yeah.
Yep. You focus in, and then it keeps sort of flicking place to place. You sense that you keep being near to the last place you were. They're just little, like, splinters of wood on the ground in the snow between some rocks. There's little shreds of paper, but these ones are too small and too weather-beaten to have anything legible on them.
Can I kind of triangulate around where we are? Around where I keep jumping? Or is it, like, just too disorienting to...
This feels close to where you found the box. You feel the same, like, emotional locality to it.
Okay. So that's just other pieces of the box. Okay, so here's what I think happened. Hunters carrying a skull, presumably with some flesh on it, attracted wolves. Wolves fought the hunters. And how did they end up in the water?
Tried to run away.
Tried to run up. Yeah, that's probably because they were in the crags. They may have fallen into the pond.
Mm-hmm.
Wolves ate the head. Well,
And then,
head floated downstream.
yeah, head floated downstream, gets body. Its body is weird. That's very quick. Like, how... He's been there for, what, 2 days? Like,
Now it's
with
been
us and the doctor?
With you and the doctor, now it's been like 5, almost 6.
And he's regrown...
How much has he regrown
Yeah.
since then?
He's gone from like the equivalent of like someone with severe anorexia to someone who's like markedly underweight. He's still definitely missing a lot of muscle mass, but like he's gone from gaunt and skeletal to just like more like just atrophied.
Okay. But he didn't have much time to, like, grow a body, I don't think. Depending, like, because those crag dwellers would have probably bitten the body quite thoroughly by the time we got there. Or the wolves would have.
Well, the crag dwellers didn't really seem too keen on going in the water. That might have been what kept them alive that long.
Possibly.
Does a day pass?
Well, do we want to go out after the wolves, or are they an irrelevant part now? I don't think we're going to learn anything from them. And I don't think we're going to gain anything from wandering into a den of wolves, like a literal den of wolves.
Not wrong.
Yeah, I feel like the skull was the only thing in the box.
And the real question is, if we do decide to venture out, are we Hammerhold bound or are we Farm Market bound?
We'll have to wait until Cree tells us a little bit more.
Cree wants to go to Far Market, but the note says Hammerhold.
Hammerhold's on the way to Far Market, eh?
But I feel like the people that were
Really?
carrying him were also keeping him in a box. You
That
know?
might have been for everyone's benefit. He is cursed.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to take a day to gather up supplies to, get on a wagon to transport them. Shoot.
That old rat that we spoke to earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, like, try and find her or him or whoever and
Yeah, you find them.
try and, like, see if they can make any sense of the note?
By now, people have started to go to bed, but tomorrow you could probably get into contact with them. You know where this person lives. It's not a big town. You could probably just knock on their door.
Okay.
You do that?
I'll do that tomorrow, yeah.
All right, dawn comes.
Okay, well,
First thing, I'm gonna go over to find the old ratty.
I'm going over to the mayor to discuss some payment and stuff.
Elbjorn wants to follow you.
You're
I'll
picking
follow
up.
you too.
Awesome. People like me. I kind of say you should go with him because he is not very good at talking to people.
Okay. I'll go with you.
Man, it's all right.
It's just like he's probably going to accept the mayor paying him for knives as payment.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
you're probably right.
So you are with Elbjorn, and you guys walk down a decent ways until you get to the rat folks' house. They're inside. They're the local cobbler. With the knock, they open the door. They seem to have like a number of nails between their teeth. They're holding onto a shoe sole. They just sort of take them out. Hi.
Hey, what was the elder rat's name, or does it really matter? It's just like we were wondering, since you were from Far Market, this note appears to have come from there. Can you tell us anything, if you can decipher any of the other words?
Takes a look and goes, I mean, unless this says demonic dragon, but no. No, not in a million years. I don't know.
Okay.
Demonic dragon.
What would it be if it was demonic dragon? On the off chance.
I mean, I don't know anything if this would have to do with Farm Market. If it's to do with the demonic dragon, then that's just a problem for everyone living. I don't know what this has to do with Farm Market. It just looks like a scrap of paper with half of some words. Hammerhold, Solstice, bring something to Hammerhold?
Okay.
It was a skull. No.
Okay.
As these guys are having their conversation, you guys are talking to the mayor.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Mayor, I believe that the problems coming to this little hamlet are the direct cause of this Cree fellow, and I think that bringing him to Far Market is the best way to clear up what's going on here.
Of course, as the road should be unfrozen, maybe even today.
So, what I'm thinking is, can we have a bit of a budget for this expedition?
Yes, the town has banked 5 gold for such a purpose.
Yeah, I mean, 5 gold would definitely be helpful.
5 gold. I'm gonna like do a little bit of convincing here. Like we would normally be working like during these times, and like could probably make a little bit more than that.
It's
like
gonna
all
take
together.
months.
It's gonna take us a long time.
Roll some barter.
Well, no, I don't want to inconvenience you, Mr. Mayor. I mean,
7.
7. You're right. We could probably spare a week's worth of supplies and food in addition to that 5. Surely you'll have places you need to go.
Thank you. That's. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor.
thanks, Mr. Mayor.
You guys turn to finish your meeting, and at the same time, you guys have finished your conversation. You're walking down the main drag when the door is pulled open. You guys see that there's a ruckus around the doctor's office and that people are going to the mayor's house because the door has, like, fallen open and this body is crawling out trying to wave for help.
Is it
The Cree?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm running in.
Running over there.
Pulling him on his feet. Cree, what's going on?
The doctor, not well. You look inside and the doctor seems to have fallen. There's a pool of blood around his head.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm trying to do first aid. I'm trying to figure out, did he hit his head when he fell?
You look up at the top of the stairs and there's a spatter of blood just where there's like a square at the top of the stairs. As you go and take a look at him, there's a fountain of blood as you move his head. You look and yeah, his skull right in front is just punctured. This guy is long gone.
Oh my God, what happened?
He fell coming down to feed me.
Okay, well.
No, Cree, I don't want to be insensitive. Do you think this could have anything to do with your curse?
No, the curse. The curse is different. I have to heal from things of my own volition. This couldn't have just happened.
But how do you heal?
I must take from the willing.
Willing.
Ooh.
Who were the willing?
I have not been taking.
You've been getting better.
The doctor's been helping me, but I did not take from the doctor or the hunters.
Can I roll understand to see if he's lying?
Go for it.
I would also like to roll.
Yeah.
You should probably roll understand then, because I can't help you, and
I'm also in on this because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And I don't really believe.
I'll go with whoever's higher.
Nope.
14.
I'm like, I trust him. Man.
14.
Sounds legit.
Harvest? Willing? This guy seems like he's not telling you something.
Yeah, I mean that very much sounds like he sucks the life force out of people who are willing to give him life force.
They might not have to be willing, or he's been sucking from people he shouldn't.
Well, with the doctor gone, there's no point in keeping him here. I think we should leave. I think the sooner we
Take
get
him with us?
the sooner we get to farm market, the better. And we can't
Why would
leave
we
him
go
here.
to farm market?
Well, what are we gonna?
Well, hold on. Let's. Elbjorn is like motioning for you guys to talk outside.
Let's carry him back to his bed.
Yep.
You know, give him something to eat, and then go back outside.
Stuff some lettuce in his mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys feed him, which he willingly accepts, but he's clearly going through a lot of effort to eat right now.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you guys go outside, and everyone in the village is watching.
Let's bring it down to a whisper, and
All right, guys.
We're huddling up.
Look, I don't know if we want to bring this guy to Hammerhold or to Farm Market or what. But worst case scenario, if we gotta kill this guy, we gotta get him out of town at least. I don't want him where my parents live.
Agreed.
I don't think killing him will do anything good. From the sounds of it, he'll
But
just come back.
I mean, at the very least, he won't come back home. He'll come back in the middle of buttfuck nowhere if we can bring him buttfuck nowhere.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I promised the mayor that we would solve this. Yeah? I don't think... Listen, he was a skull, and he was left in a river, and he's fine. I don't think that we can just put him back where we found him.
Well, whatever this is happening, I'm on board that we're solving it. Whatever the fuck that means.
Which is why I say we go to Hammerhold. It's closer. We can get to the bottom of this sooner.
I think we should also go to Hammerhold.
Okay.
Because if it's significantly closer, worst case scenario, we go to Hammerhold. We have to keep going on to.
You guys know that
How
the
long
road.
until the summer solstice?
The summer solstice, now it's late May. The summer solstice is like late June. It's a month away. Hammerhold, you know, is in fact along the road if you were to take sort of the easterly path down the coast.
Bringing up the map.
It'd be a lot of distance through the mountains. Hammerhold is sort of like tucked in that upper corner of F4 in the mountains.
So like around here.
Yeah, like in the mountains in the proper like top right corner of that square.
Top right.
Yeah, so like there.
Okay, so it'll be here.
And then just close to there where that river hits the mouth is tall trees, and then that's a seaport.
Okay. So if that's the case, we can make a much easier trip over here to Hammerhold. And then if this turns out to be fake, because we don't have a whole lot of time to follow whatever the hell the thing is saying, then we can hop on port and just go. This is bad drawing because the trackpad. And then we can head down to there.
I think that's a good idea.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
Well, whatever the fuck it means, you guys in to solve this problem? That's game.
Nice.
all right.
Okay. We will see you guys in a week
I guess,
with
yeah.
some more hot adventures, some more sweet, spooky skeletons, and skulls in boxes and weird wolves and such.
Yep.
Crazy.
Hopefully, you guys have a good time in the meanwhile.
If you have any questions and would like to pose them, the Discord is always available. That would be my own Discord, not Will's personal Discord that we run Bloodwine through and have our own secret chat for.
Yes, secrets. Much evil secrets.
Yes, the stuff that we keep hidden from viewers. But any questions can be posed there about what happened during the session, stuff like that. The VOD for this will be posted up tomorrow.
Yeah, and hopefully, unless something ridiculous happens, we should be back, same bat time, same bat channel, here again, Wednesday, 7 p.m. next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
In the meantime, Friday is going to be another stream where I am planning with my friends to play Team Sonic Racing.
I've heard that game's pretty good, actually.
I have no idea, but like...
But you're going to find out?
We're going to find out. So, yeah.
I think Team Fortress 2 is in that game.
Well, I think Versus 2 is in a lot of games.
It's in a lot of games. It's a good game.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, yes. That's going to be it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's us. That's us.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.